And a very pleasant good afternoon, football fans, and welcome to the Gino's Cafe Game of the Week on News Talk 1150 and 92.9 KAGO and on mybasin.com on a Saturday afternoon edition of high school football. We come to you live from Chiloquin High School, the home of the Panthers. It's senior day as they get ready to host the Riddle Irish. My name is Josh Eldridge, joined by Todd Andrus. Excited for this one today. It's a great day for football, no clouds in sight, Todd, and we're ready for a good one today.
Yeah, great weather for a Saturday afternoon, and this is going to be an exciting matchup we have in front of us today.
Chiloquin is 2-3 overall on the season. They are 1-1 in conference play in Special District 1. The Riddle Irish are 4-1 overall in the season. They are also 1-1 in league play. For both of these teams, we look at Chiloquin. Their last time out, it was a big win against Camas Valley. 60-28 was the final score in homecoming here at Chiloquin last week. For Riddle, they're coming off a loss their last time out. It's their first loss of the season, 48-6 against Cross Point Christian. For Chiloquin, though, coming off a season where they only won one game, and it was against Riddle a season ago, the only team that Chiloquin was able to beat. They look to do it again today at home. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the conference standings so far. We'll tell you what happened last night on a busy Friday night in the Klamath Basin for high school football, and we'll also continue to get ready for kickoff as we introduce you to the starting lineups and talk about seniors on Senior Day. This is the Gino's Game of the Week on News Talk 1150 and 92.9 KAGO and on mybasin.com.
The best words you can hear tonight?
Order ready for Susan?
And if you hear those words at Abby's, you know it's going to be a legendary meal. Your pizza is loaded with toppings to the edge, premium ingredients, and real cheese. Yeah, baby. Gather with friends, play some video games, and watch the big game on TV. That's made Abby's a legendary pizza tradition for generations. And when you're ready to hear those magic words,
Tom, your order's ready.
you know where to go. You're always welcome at Abby's.
As a parent of a high school athlete, I've given up trying to get pictures of my kid playing sports. It's nearly impossible to take pictures and enjoy the game. There is a solution, though. God's Gifts Photography attends high school sporting events in the Basin to take individual and team action photos at a great price. Search God's Gifts 2 on Facebook to learn more. They'll come and capture your athlete in action, creating those frameable lifelong memories so you can watch and just enjoy the moment. Call 541-281-2206 to get your athlete on their schedule. God's Gifts Photography.
What are your goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever you are aiming for, Harbor Isles is here to help you. They have brand new cardio and strength equipment. Harbor Isles offers indoor tennis courts, 4 indoor pickleball courts, energizing group classes, expert personal trainers, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to guide you every step of the way. No matter what your goals are, Harbor Isles has everything you need to reach those goals. Stop by and see the difference for yourself. Harbor Isles, lose those reins and get your gains.
It's time to reclaim your health and your autonomy. At Heartfelt OBGYN, they focus on you. Their evidence-based approach to care means fewer office visits and a targeted treatment plan to directly address your specific needs. They believe in solutions for their patients, not the industry's profit margin. The providers at Heartfelt OBGYN are committed to serving the community and giving back to the Basin. Find them at heartfeltobgyn.com. Heartfelt, because you deserve to be in control of your body and your informed choices.
Josh Eldridge and Todd Andrus back with you on News Talk 1150, 92.9 KAGO and mybasin.com for the Gino's Game of the Week as the Chiloquin Panthers host the Riddle Irish on a Saturday afternoon edition of high school football. I want to take you back to last night on some of the action around the Basin that you may have missed. We'll start with the game that we covered last night, and that was at Henley High School. The Henley Hornets defeated the Ashland Grizzlies 42-13. At Mazama High School, the Vikings wound up losing to North Bend. Final score there was 40-14. For Klamath Union, a night ago, it was a trip to Phoenix. It was a loss for the Pelicans. They lost to the Pirates 49-19. The Potato Bowl was last night between the Lost River Raiders and the Bonanza Antlers. Lost River a resounding win over Bonanza 46-6. And then last night also Cross Point Christian defeating Glendale 30-0. And that brings us to today, our lone game on a Saturday as Chiloquin hosts Riddle. This is a conference game for Special District 1 in the 1A 8-man classification. It's a conference right now that's led by Cross Point Christian, who's 5-2 overall on the season, 3-0 in league play. Glendale is in second place right now. They're 2-1 in league play, 3-4 overall on the season. Riddle and Chiloquin tied at 1-1, although Riddle has the overall record edge right now, 4-1 overall on the season. Camas Valley 1-2 in league, and Prospect Charter is 0-3. So, Todd, as we look at these conference standings, Riddle and Chiloquin both 1-1, a chance for one of these teams to slide into a tie for second place with Glendale today.
Yeah, it just makes this game even that much more important today. You know, again, a senior night for Chiloquin, so there's going to be some emotions in the game, but getting that leg up on everyone else in the division is going to be really key today.
And second place is where you're shooting for in Special District 1, with Cross Point Christian being how good they are, 4th ranked in the state. It feels like it's really a race for second place in this league at times, and only the top 2 spots get automatic bids to the playoffs. There's 6 different special districts in Oregon in the 1A class. 2 teams from each league get automatic bids to the playoffs, and then there's 4 at-large qualifiers to make up the 16-team tournament. And so you look at this league and where everyone is ranked, an at-large bid is not hopeful where everyone is ranked. So you really have to get that auto bid, and you do that by finishing second. And one of these 2 teams, by the end of the day, is going to be tied up with Glendale in that second place spot. Chiloquin and Riddle just a few minutes away from kickoff tonight as we honor the seniors here at Chiloquin. Want to read off some of their names, and we'll talk about them as the afternoon goes on. A senior, number 4, Roman Case. Number 11, Danny Black. I've also got Neo Perizu out there, along with Dakota Jackson and Wesley Brooks. Only 5 seniors for this Chiloquin team. It's a team we saw last year and talked about their youth, and now, well, most of the guys we saw last year a year older and a year better. This Chiloquin team is on the upswing.
Yeah, last year we came up here. It was a little bit colder than it is today, and I was introduced to the Chiloquin quarterback, Denver Bravo, freshman, and he was probably the most experienced, most elevated young small school athlete I've seen. And I'm just excited to see what he's going to be able to provide today. He's had a great season so far, and I think we should see some fireworks from him tonight.
Talked about him being a sophomore. We'll introduce you to some of his teammates coming up in just a little while. We'll take a statistical outlook on Chiloquin and tell you what we know about Riddle. That's all coming up as we continue your pregame show of the Gino's Game of the Week this afternoon on News Talk 1150 and 92.9 KAGO and on mybasin.com. Stick around.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches around poles and lines, protecting our system, and giving you real-time updates when storms roll in. You can count on us in all seasons. 24/7, we're here for you. Powering your greatness.
The cars we drive play an important part of our everyday. Whether we're going to work, dropping off the kids at school, or maybe even on that first date. Vehicles we drive play an important role in all of that. And that's why at Klamath Falls Subaru, we are so passionate about getting you the long-lasting vehicle that you will love. When you come to our store, you'll find that every department is dedicated to caring for our customers, which is why I can proudly send anyone here knowing that they will be treated like family. Stop by and say hi. When you come to Clown Falls Subaru, you're coming home.
Just a few minutes away from kickoff this afternoon on a sunny Saturday in Chiloquin, Oregon, just about 25 minutes up the road from downtown Klamath Falls. My name is Josh Eldridge, joined by Todd Andrus. Glad to be with you today. The Panthers hosting the Riddle Irish. And as we take a little bit of a deeper look at this Chiloquin team, Todd, you made the note to me just as we were coming out of commercial break. This team, which was young last year in Chiloquin, not only are they a year older, they look a little bit bigger too. And well, we knew they could score last year, but getting bigger maybe helps you out on defense a little bit.
Yeah, they look like they hit the weight room over the off season, and they just look a lot bigger than they were last year, and looks like there's a little speed out there too.
One of the things that we talked to Coach Brandon Hoagland about in the preseason was how he looks to make a statement with this team this year. He said, look, we're being realistic. We're maybe not one of the top 10 teams in Oregon, but we want to prove that we're better than the bottom 10 teams in Oregon, and they picked up a win against number 19 last time out. Now they look to do it against number 11 today. We'll step aside, and when we come back, we're ready for kickoff on mybasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Hey, I'm Jason with Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness, and Performance. Thanks for joining us. Elevate started in 2020 as a dream. I wanted to open up a clinic of my own, really had a heart and a passion to treat athletes of all ages, and got the opportunity to do it. And wow, this is what's happened. One of the best parts of this job is that we get to work with all the student athletes on field, at their contests, at their games, all around the county. Specifically when you're working with dancers, right, we've got like particular ways of movement that we don't want to necessarily correct, because dancers have a very specific way of moving that's important for their athletic performance. At Elevate, we're here to get you moving and keep you moving, no matter if you're 8 or you're 80. Feel free to give us a call at 541-887-2030.
What are your goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever you are aiming for, Harbor Isles is here to help you. They have brand new cardio and strength equipment. Harbor Isles offers indoor tennis courts, 4 indoor pickleball courts, energizing group classes, expert personal trainers, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to guide you every step of the way. No matter what your goals are, Harbor Isles has everything you need to reach those goals. Stop by and see the difference for yourself. Harbor Isles, lose those reins and get your gains.
Coin toss happening down at the field here at Chiloquin High School as they get ready to host the Riddle Irish in a special District 1 showdown. Panthers and the Irish both 1-1 in conference play so far this season. Todd, I was making a point before we went to commercial break, and Coach Hoagland's goal coming into the season, he said that they might not be a top 10 team in the state, but they want to prove that they're better than the bottom 10, and they picked up a good win last week to prove that case, and now a tall test in front of them facing number 11 Riddle, but I think that he's got the right idea. You can't bite the whole thing back in one season.
Yeah, you don't eat the whole apple in one bite,
yeah.
Right? But I'll tell you, this is going to be one of those growth games for them. If they can get over this hurdle, in-league game, important big matchup, the winner of this game is going to have the control in the second place spot, or have an opportunity for control over that spot. So this is going to be another chance for Chiloquin to show how this program is growing and is developing to become champions.
Chance to do it in front of a home crowd, which is still filing in here at Chiloquin. The captains meeting at midfield. Chiloquin in their black uniforms today, and the powder blue Panthers written across their chest and powder blue numbers. and white outline there. For Riddle, they've got black helmets, white shirts with green numbers and green Irish written across their chest, and black pants today for Riddle. They are coached by Jason Luft. He's assisted by Cody Hackett and Benjamin Goldstein. And, of course, the Panthers coached by Brandon Hoagland. He's assisted by Chris Anderson. The Panthers have won the toss, but they have chosen to defer, so that means likely Riddle will receive the opening kickoff here today. Just got to see which way exactly they decide to defend and all that good stuff. Our officiating crew tonight, or I suppose this afternoon, Todd, you said an experienced one. We got a good group here today.
Yeah, most definitely. Darren Rutledge being the white hat. He has a number of years and did a big game last night that you called out of Henley, and he's back on the saddle again for this afternoon's game. His crew is great, too, by the way. Robbie Sensenia, Casey Thompson, Eric Thornton, and Tim Murphy, all very experienced, and so we should have a well-officiated game today.
Yeah, 3 of those guys on this crew officiating state championship games a season ago. So certainly got a good team out here. But as always, got to remember the reason we're playing on a Saturday at all is because there's not enough guys to go around to get everyone in on a Friday night. So
that's unfortunate, but that's true.
Yeah, so appreciate these guys stepping up here today. Always looking for new officials. If you are interested, you can visit osaa.org/officials to begin your journey today. So here we go. A little 8-man football action on a Saturday afternoon on mybasin.com. Thank you again for joining us as we bring up the Elevate Physical Therapy Fitness and Performance Scoreboard. Elevate uses a modern and research-backed approach to physical therapy to ensure you see both a reduction in pain and enhanced mobility, getting you back to peak levels of optimal health and wellness. They've been treating all athletes of all ages since 2020. All right.
I started seeing them last week, by the way, just true, and Elevate, wow, incredible what they're doing. They're getting me ready for my basketball season for officiating and a great group of people there.
Yeah, they've got a really good approach to it. Like I said, they consider anyone an athlete, whether you're a football player or a ref or you're just getting up and down from the couch. That's an athletic motion to the guys down at Elevate. So they really take it seriously, and Jason Taylor, their owner, is the trainer today for today's game. So good to see him down there as well. So I believe we've got everyone out there on the field ready to tee the football up. Riddle set to receive. They've got one guy stationed about the 20. I believe that's Leighton Rainwater. And Riddle will be content to go from left to right across your radio dial as they drive towards the east goal today. The wind is going to be behind them, so Chiloquin getting ready here to kick off. And to do so for the Panthers, I believe that's Neil Parazu. Special teams, and especially these kickoffs, always kind of interesting in 8-man football. We'll see how the Panthers decide to attack it. No, for Riddle's part, there's going to be a lot of onside kicks today. And for the Panthers, they squib it out to about the 25. That's where it's picked up, brought to the 30. Now to the 40 before being brought down there. On the return for Riddle was Jace Coker. And the Irish will take it over 1st and 10 from the 40.
Yeah, nice containment by the Chiloquin special teams there to keep it all in control and into the middle of the field and made a solid tackle.
So quarterback today for Riddle is Noah Boss, a sophomore, 5'10". He's out there with Isaiah Ibrahim, Leighton Rainwater, Jonathan Harp, Nicholas McKinney, Stephen Nordyke, Austin Dean, and Jesse Palmer. 2 men in the backfield with the quarterback, one on either side. No receivers set out wide anywhere for Riddle. It's going to be a handoff to Harp. Gets along the left side, and he's taken down about the 48-yard line. A good carry on 1st down for the Irish. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Yeah, nice kick-out block there. Created a hole on the left-hand side. Gained about 8 or 9. Yeah, good job.
Yeah, Jonathan Harp, another sophomore, 5'8". Both of these teams on the younger side. We talked about only 5 seniors for Chiloquin, and for Riddle, only 3. Here is 2nd and 2. It's a handoff coming up the middle. Gets the 1st down and then some. Up past the 40 on the other side of midfield. Dragged down at the 35. On the carry was Ibrahim for Riddle, another sophomore, and a 1st down for the Irish.
Yeah, nice run there. He kind of got contained a little bit, but he did a kind of a side skip into the hole, and then all of a sudden it opened up and gave him room to get that first down.
So it'll be 1st and 10 here for Riddle. They've got it now in Chiloquin territory at about the 37 or so yard line. It's going to be a handoff to the fullback. This is Harp again, but he's stuffed quickly. Still a short gain on that play of maybe 4 yards. It brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, nice quick hitter up the middle, but the linebackers there filled that hole, and great form tackle there by Chiloquin.
Defense is a big thing for Chiloquin so far this season. We know they can score a lot of points. They've had their fair share of defensive showdowns, though. I look back to a game they lost earlier in the season. It was a 12-8 final against Country Christian. Looking for more of the same defensive effort today. Here's a pitch going to the left side for Riddle, but brought down for a loss on that play. On the carry there for Riddle was Ibrahim, but he had nowhere to go. It brings up 3rd and about 9.
Yeah, Jones, number 41 for Chiloquin, shot a gap and was starting to tackle the quarterback as he pitched it, and that blew the play up right away. So a great defensive play by Chiloquin on that one.
First opportunity on 3rd down for Riddle so far today. It's the quarterback Boss playing from under center. But I think we're going to have a timeout here, an official timeout it looks like, as they've got someone up on the football, maybe an equipment issue.
It looks like it's an equipment issue.
So that's going to make him come off the field. Edward Jones going to have to come off for at least one play. In his stead is Dade Mitchell, a sophomore, comes on out for Chiloquin.
Unfortunately, he made a great play, and now his reward to come off the field.
Here we go, 3rd and 9 for the Irish. It is a handoff again to Ibrahim, comes along the near side, sheds off one defender inside the 20 to the 15, 10, 5, one man to beat, and he's brought down at the 1. A great tackle there for the Panthers, but there is a flag at about the 20. We'll see if this one's coming back, but a touchdown-saving tackle nonetheless for the Panthers.
Yeah, great job for them not giving up, and it looks like this one's coming back. Everyone's moving back. We'll see what the call is.
Again, Darren Rutledge, our white cap today. We'll get the official signal from him. You see in the center of your screen here on mybasin.com. It was, I believe, an illegal block in the back for Riddle. So this one is certainly coming back. They'll face 3rd down again, but they get a little bit of extra yardage from it. 3rd and 5 or so based off of the run. So it's a spot foul. And that's where they go backwards 10 yards from.
Yeah, that last play, Chiloquin had an initial hit on it, but then missed the tackle, and that's when he got outside. Maybe that block in the back was the reason why.
Here's the 3rd and 5 play for the Irish. It's a reverse run to the outside for Ibrahim. He gets the first down to the 20, and he's taken down about the 17. And a gain of about 15 yards on the carry for Ibrahim brings up a Riddle first down.
Yeah, that's where Riddle's gaining their yards right now. They're faking to the right and then hitting it to the left, or faking to the left, hitting it to the right. And the linebackers are moving aren't staying contained and moving too much to the initial fake, and it's creating that hole up on the opposite side.
Similar formation. They've got Harp lined up behind the quarterback, and then Ibrahim behind Harp. It's going to be a handoff to Harp right up the middle, but Chiloquin smells it quickly, stuffs it out. It's a no gain on that run, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Jones is back in the game, and you saw why. He a great penetration and made a solid tackle for no gain. That was a quick hitter by Riddle, but Jones read it and contained it real quick.
Yeah, Edward Jones, a junior. He's playing nose tackle for the Panthers. Tallest guy out there on the field, it seems, regardless of what team he's on, and he's making a defensive impact early here. It's 2nd and 10 for the Irish. And Boss calls for the snap. It's a handoff to the left side to Ibrahim. Sheds off one defender and then wrestled down just inside the 15. Call it a gain of maybe 4 on that carry. It brings up 3rd down for the Irish.
Yeah, that was that misdirection. But this time I think Chiloquin's starting to learn what they're doing and made a good play on that one.
So officially it'll be 3rd and 6 for Riddle. They're 1 for 1 on 3rd down conversions so far today, although this is the first drive of the ball game. In a different formation here. This time they've got Harp to the right side of the quarterback, Ibrahim to the left side, and it's going to be a handoff to Harp. Goes from the right side to the left, explodes up the sideline, gets the first down inside the 5, and that's where he's stopped. Short of the goal line, but it is first down for Riddle. It'll be first and goal.
Yeah, good hole on the left-hand side, and it was easy running to get a good 5 or 6 yards before he even got contact.
All rushing plays for Riddle on this drive. This is play number 10 of this current drive. Inside of 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Still looking for our first score. But Riddle knocking on the door, first and goal from the 6. And the same formation that Riddle just ran out of with the backs on either side of the quarterback. This will be a handoff to Harp. Tries to get around the left side, moving towards the pylon, and he is in. And the Irish score our first touchdown of the ball game. They lead 6-0 with 7:28 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, got hit about the 2-yard line before he got in there, and the last 2 yards was complete 100% individual effort. He just drove his legs to get it into the end zone.
A 6-yard touchdown rush that time for Jonathan Harp, and the Irish going to be going for a 2-point conversion here. Try to make it 8-0. With 7:30 to go in the first quarter. Line up in the same formation. Guys on either side of the quarterback, although this time Boss back to pass. Tries to find his tight end, but it is incomplete. The intended target was Nordyke. But we'll remain with a score of 6-0. 7:28 to go in the first quarter. More of the Gino's Game of the Week after this on News Talk 1150 and 92.9 KAGO and mybasin.com.
Klamath Basin is beautiful, from shimmering Klamath Lake to rich farmlands to the historic downtown. And with an average of over 300 days of sunshine every year, the Klamath Basin is a great place to be. We here at Basin Media Active have been supporting this community for many years, keeping it entertained and informed with friendly faces and familiar voices. You can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, stream live local sports, and check out our community calendar, all on our website, mybasin.com. And you can download our app for free in your app store right now. Basin Media Active, local community engaged.
Welcome you back on News Talk 1150, 92.9 KAGO, and on mybasin.com for the Gino's Game of the Week. It is 6-0. The Irish lead the Panthers. It's an onside kick attempt to start this one, and Chiloquin falls on it. There to make the play was Williams.
Yeah, a nice play by Williams, a freshman, and got on top of that ball and went straight down to the ground, which is on an onside kick. That's what you want to do as a lineman up there on the front line there.
All right, so after Riddle's last drive took him 10 plays and 60 yards, about 4.5 minutes off the clock, they capped it off with a touchdown rush from Jonathan Harp. And we were kind of talking about it, Todd. Expect probably more of the same from Riddle. That worked well for him, just running the football up the middle.
It did, and you kind of sense that Riddle wants to control the clock and not allow Chiloquin's offense to get on the field that much.
It is a 6-0 ball game, and the first time we've seen Denver Bravo out onto the field. He's joined by Leyland Wilder, Roman Case, Danny Black, and Dylan Black. And we'll get you some of the line after this. It is a pitch to Wilder. Wilder trying to cut back up the middle. Has some room along the sideline, gets the first down, stays on his feet. He is a tough man to bring down. He's staying on his feet. 17 yards upfield, he's still going. And they finally stopped this play. He was not stopping running. I don't know if they called that one earlier or if he stepped out, but that's a big first down run for Leyland Wilder.
Wow, that was a lot of dancing but positive yards, and reminds me of Barry Sanders. That's exactly what I saw there.
Yeah, I'm from a little bit of a younger generation. I saw shades of Marshawn Lynch on the sideline. That was a great run from Wilder. He's going to come off the field for this 1st and 10 play. He ran it all the way up to the 30. So that was about a 19-yard gain officially for Leyland Wilder on that carry. Inside of 7 minutes now. Chiloquin trails 6-0, but trying to put together a scoring drive here. Bravo lines up. 2 receivers set out to the near side for Chiloquin. And a running back is Dylan Black. It's going to be a handoff to Black. He is wrapped up quickly in the backfield. A loss of maybe 2 yards on that carry, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, a little stutter step, but that linebacker from Riddle, I didn't get the number, but did a very effective job. It looked like it was Harp. Harp did an effective job of filling up that hole.
Jacob Mitchell plays up front there for Riddle. He's a sophomore. We're also going to see Nordyke up there. I also see Kane Terry, another sophomore, playing corner here on the near side for Riddle. Try to highlight some more of their players as we go along, but here's Denver Bravo in the gun. 2nd and 12 for the Panthers. Bravo calls for the snap. It's a high snap. Drops back to pass. Feels pressure. Rolling to his right. Has to get rid of the football, and he does. The pass is incomplete. The intended target was Roman Case. Would have been down for a loss anyway, so probably glad that one fell incomplete. It remains 3rd and 12.
Yeah, strong pressure by Riddle. Didn't give Bravo any chance to set up and plant his feet and make a strong throw, but I think it was good that he got it near a wide receiver and for no completion.
Bravo had a couple of touchdowns last week, 3 all told between passing and rushing touchdowns. He's going to take this snap, it looks like from under center with 3rd and 12, and just inside of 6 minutes on the clock. It is a pitch to Leyland Wilder to the near side, gets inside the 35, up to the 30, cuts back towards the middle at the 25, and that's where he's wrestled down. He will be short of the marker by a couple of yards, and there's some laundry on the field. 2 flags right next to each other at about the 30, so we'll see how they handle all this. But both refs apparently seeing the same thing. It'll be holding against Chiloquin. And so they'll replay that down 10 yards back from the spot, which will be, if that's accurate where those flags are on the field, it'll be about 3rd and 20.
Yeah, Wilder had a little equipment issue, so that's why he wasn't in the game for the last few plays. Came back in and started to get an effective run, but again, a hold is going to negate that positive gain.
Chiloquin has a long way to go here. Like we said, 3rd and 20, taking it from the 41-yard line in Riddle territory as they drive towards the west goal here at Chiloquin High School. Bravo alone in the backfield. There's 3 receivers to the right side for the Panthers. Here he goes, dropping back to pass. Now he moves up in the pocket, feeling pressure to his backside, gets rid of the football, but it's thrown incomplete. Intended target on the far sideline, I believe, was Holster, but Bravo was taken down from behind, and oh boy, it looks like he's staying on the turf. We're going to take a quick timeout here on the broadcast on the game of the week. Right now, it's Riddle who leads Chiloquin 6-0, 5:13 to go in the first quarter. More after this on News Talk 1150 and 92.9 KAGO and on mybasin.com.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches around poles and lines, protecting our system, and giving you real-time updates when storms roll in. You can count on us in all seasons. 24/7, we're here for you. Powering your greatness.
Josh Eldridge and Todd Andrus back with you for the Gino's Game of the Week on News Talk 1150 and 92.9 KAGO. 6-0 our score. 5:13 to go in the first quarter. There's a player down on the field, and want to make sure that everything is sorted for him and okay down there. Again, it is the Gino's Game of the Week today. Gino's Cafe on East Main Street in Klamath Falls is open every morning at 6:30, serving up their famous breakfast burritos. Those are served all day long, along with other menu items like burgers, monthly specials, and Italian favorites. You can order online at iloveginos.com, or you can order on DoorDash. And so, looks like Denver Bravo is coming off the field here at Chiloquin. We'll see a new quarterback in for this 4th and 20 play, so long as Chiloquin opts against a punt. See Josh Morris checking in for Chiloquin. I also saw Roman Case new to the huddle, although he's typically used as a running back. We'll see who takes this snap at quarterback.
4th down, it looks like they're going to punt on this one.
All right, Leyland Wilder is who's back to punt. Riddle has no one back to receive, so an opportunity to pin the Irish pretty deep here if they're able to get a good punt. Snap to Wilder. It's a fake punt. He gets ready to throw and then takes it himself up the field to the 40, to the 35. There he goes to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Panthers. They fooled us all, and the Panthers on the board 6-6 with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, Riddle must have known that Chiloquin doesn't punt that much, so they were ready, but Wilder just did an effective job of seeing a hole on the left-hand side, got through that hole, and then it was just wide open down the lane for the touchdown. Great run.
Chiloquin likely going to go for 2 here to try and earn the lead after tying us up at 6. That was a 41-yard rush for Leyland Wilder on the fake punt. And now the Panthers have to run a standard offensive play here. Looks like Dylan Black is lined up as the quarterback in this situation for Chiloquin. Receives the snap. He pitches it over to Parazu. Parazu changes directions. He is wrapped up and taken down for a loss. We will stay tied at 6 with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. That drive for Chiloquin, 4 plays and 55 yards, capped off again with that 41-yard touchdown rush for Leyland Wilder. And on a 4th down, no less, that was a great job there for Chiloquin.
Yeah, there was a lot of confidence there because that was 4th and 20-ish,
yeah.
20 more. So that's kind of a gutsy call there, but it paid off for him. So good job.
So Chiloquin will be set to kick off. That was our second touchdown of the game there. Wilder punching it in. And again, for Riddle, it was a Harper touchdown that got their points earlier in the contest. Both teams failing their 2-point conversion attempts, and that's how we get our score tied at 6. 5 minutes to go. To kick off for Chiloquin will be Parazu. Back to receive for Riddle. I believe that's Leighton Rainwater once again, stationed at about the 20. And the kick is an onside kick attempt. Kicks up around the 50, and that is where Riddle will take possession. That was Borg who fell on that one to give the Irish possession. 5 minutes to go in the first.
Yeah, Borg did a great job because the other linemen were taken off to get ready for their blocking assignments, and he was the only one who recognized that that was a short kick and jumped on that ball.
So the Irish, who put together a 10-play scoring drive their last time out, 4.5 minutes off the clock, get a little bit better starting field position this time, right at the 49-yard line instead of about 9 yards backfield where they started previous. So here we go, 1st and 10, lined up in the formation. We saw them in quite a bit last time. Boss under center with Harp lined up as the fullback and Ibrahim lined up as the halfback. But before we get started, there is a flag dropped by both officials on either side. Looks like we're going to see offsides by Riddle. Oh, no, pardon me, offsides by Chiloquin.
Yeah, that was a nice hard count by Riddle on that one, and had a couple eager linemen wanting to get in there and make that tackle and went a little too early.
So 1st and 5, the Irish will now start at the Chiloquin 46-yard line. Boss calling an audible under center, takes the snap. It's a handoff to Harp. He plunges right up the gut, and I think he is just short of the marker. Call it a gain of 4, brings up 2nd and 1.
Yeah, nice hard run by him, and good tackle, though. Good tackle, just initial contacts happen about 3 yards down the field.
Yeah, good job by the guys up front for Riddle. Guys like Jesse Palmer, Austin Dean, and Nicholas McKinney. 1 sophomore, 1 junior, and 1 senior on this offensive line for the Irish. Here they go, 2nd and 1 on this play. It's Ibrahim who takes the handoff on the left side on the misdirection. Cuts upfield at the 35, now to the 30, to the 20 before finally being brought down on the far sideline. A huge gain of about 22 yards on that, maybe more, 25 yards, call it for Ibrahim on the carry. 1st down Irish.
Yeah, what they're doing is they're running a dive onto the right-hand side, and then they fake the dive and put it into the running back's hand on the left, and that's opening up a huge hole, and that's where they're getting their big gains.
3rd first down of the game for Riddle. They've been efficient moving the football. This time, for the first time today, they've got bunched up receivers to the left. Harp is in the backfield with the quarterback. They put a man in motion. It's a sweep handoff to Rainwater, and he is taken down. A tackle from behind, about 11 yards upfield. That looks to be good enough for a Riddle first down.
Yeah, very effective. The ends are kind of getting blown out a little bit for Chiloquin, and we need to get them to step up a little bit and cause some havoc in those sweeps that are occurring right now.
So again, the formation that the Riddle Irish just ran, 2 receivers to the left, Harp to the right hip of the quarterback, Boss, who's in the gun. They put another man in motion. There's Rainwater. It's a fake handoff to Rainwater. Harp takes it, but he's eaten up. No gain on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and goal.
Yeah, I guess Black was listening to what I was talking about, because that's exactly what he did. He controlled his side of the line, and when he saw it coming back inside on him, he went and made a great tackle.
Nice job there by Black to get that misdirection and stop it for nearly no gain on that play. It'll be 2nd and goal from about the 9 for Riddle. This will be play number 5 of the current drive. 3.5 to go in the first quarter. Boss under center. It's going to be a handoff to Ibrahim, coming to the near side. Tries to reach for the goal line, but he won't get there. He's brought down at about the 4. Call it a gain of 5 on the carry for Ibrahim. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Yeah, nice tackle by Jackson on that one. He saw the hole open up, filled it up really nicely, and made a strong tackle.
Riddle 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversion attempts so far this afternoon. And this one an important one. Points on the line, 3rd and goal. It is Harp and then Ibrahim lined up behind him. Boss back to pass, rolls to his right, looks to the end zone and can't find his man. The intended target in the end zone was Leighton Rainwater, but incomplete. 4th and goal.
Yeah, great coverage by Parrish on that one. He was really the one who had an opportunity to catch that ball out of everyone in the area.
So 4th and goal from about the 5 here for Riddle. They line up again with both men behind the quarterback, although this time, it is still Ibrahim lined up behind the fullback Harp. He'll take the handoff, but he is taken down quickly. The Panthers knew what was coming, it felt like. It took him down for a 4-yard loss on that 4th down play.
Yeah, again, Black stepped up and controlled his side, and that's the reason why that play didn't work. Earlier in the game, Black was kind of going up too far up the field and created that hole. He's now kind of pinching in, and he's causing havoc in that misdirection. Good job, Black.
2:30 left to go in the first quarter, tied at 6 between the Irish and the Panthers. Chiloquin is going to call timeout before we get to see the first play of this possession for them. They'll start at the 10-yard line. Want to remind you, today's broadcast on MyBasin.com is brought to you in part by Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club in Klamath Falls. Harbor Isles exists to provide a clean, multi-use facility for the advancement of health, wellness, and longevity to its members and the community. We invite you to join Harbor Isles, where they feature top-of-the-line equipment, full-service personal training, and an array of group exercise classes. Stick with us during halftime today as well for the Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club halftime show. Also want to give a shout to Howard's Meat Center, where tradition meets innovation with every cut and every bite of Smokin' H Barbecue. You can check out the Smokin' H Barbecue food truck by the Tap House by Oregon Tech, or Howard's Meat Center next to Les Schwab Tires on South 6th Street. So here we go. 1st and 10, Chiloquin. They have it at their own 10-yard line. It is a pass to the near side. Incomplete, brings up 2nd and 10.
Oh, no one was on that receiver on that one. It was very fortunate for Riddle that was an incomplete pass. Pressure up the middle caused a bad pass, but number 1, Damien, he was wide open and had an opportunity to take that one all the way if it was completed.
Yeah, Chiloquin still without their quarterback right now, so they've got Dylan Black in at that position. They've also got, I believe, Leyland Wilder lined up back there as well. Receiver lined up to the near side is LaGruda. And they've also got Holster lined up as the tight end on the right side. They're moving LaGruda to the right side for this play. Lined up on the line of scrimmage. Snap and the pitch to Wilder. He is going to lose one defender, stays on his feet, just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll bring up 3rd and 10. Could have been for a loss, but Wilder stays on his feet.
Yeah, tough run there. I mean, doesn't accept going down on the first hit, man. It takes you 3 or 4 hits before you're going to bring that guy down.
Great player, multi-sport athlete, also plays basketball for Chiloquin. Very speedy player, and now may look to get the ball to him on 3rd and 10, deep in their own territory. Chiloquin so far today is 0 for 1 on 3rd down conversions, but they are 1 for 1 on 4th down conversions, so you could see him take 2 downs to get where they need to. It's a high snap to Black. He has to scramble to the near side. He's going to take it himself and is taken down for a loss on that play, a loss of about 2 yards on the sack. And it brings up 4th and very long here for Chiloquin.
Yeah, great pressure by Riddle Nordyke. He got right into that play and blew it up and was able to avoid the tackle, but then everything was breaking down after that. So
Black going to come out of the game or maybe get a play call in from the side. No, looks like Chiloquin will attempt to punt up against their own goal line here. Believe that's Perazou set to punt. The snap is high, and it's going to go out of the back of the end zone, and that will be a safety for Riddle. And they lead now 8-6, under a minute to go in the first quarter, and the Irish defense takes the lead.
Yeah, sometimes this is going to come out the wrong way, but sometimes those are blessings in disguise because punting from the back of your end zone like that, traditionally you don't get a lot of distance off of that type of program. You know, taking a safety, now you're going to get a decent kick and hopefully put Riddle into a position that's not an easy touchdown for him or easy.
I think safety is kind of always something you worry about when you have to punt against your own goal line. We've seen that happen to a lot of teams this year. It happened to Henley twice in the same game earlier this year when we were at Cascade Christian. So punting up against your own goal line is always a tough situation to be in.
Yep.
So this time it's going to cost Chiloquin 2 points. Again, they trail 8-6, under a minute to go in the first quarter. And it will be Perazou to punt. Well, I guess this is technically a punt after a safety. More of a free kick, though. It looks like he's going to kick it off the tee.
Yeah, free kick. You actually have the choice of punt or put it onto the ground.
Let's see what he chooses. He's got the tee out there. The official handed him the football. I think he's going to tee it up. Back to receive for Riddle is Leighton Rainwater. He's about the 45-yard line. And again, this free kick taking place from the Chiloquin 20. Perazou getting ready to get the kick up on his senior day. The kick is going to rattle around the 45-yard line. That's where Rainwater will pick it up. Shakes off one defender, and then he's swallowed up just before reaching the 40, about the 42-yard line in Chiloquin territory. That's where Riddle will take over 1st and 10.
Yeah, good kick, and the ball kind of died right there. He had to come up and get the ball, and then by that time, Chiloquin's defense, coverage team, had him corralled.
Riddle on their last drive went 6 plays and about 45 yards, but they turned it over on downs on a 4th and goal play. Before that, it was a 10-play drive that resulted in a touchdown. So this Irish offense, a team that likes to keep control of the football. They've got 2 men lined up to the near side as receivers. Quarterback is in the gun with a running back to his left. It's going to be a handoff to Ibrahim on a sweep play. Ibrahim, though, is wrapped up at his ankles and brought down for no gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, nice play by the middle linebacker Jackson there. He shot the gap and was able to corral him for a little loss.
Yeah, that is a loss of 1 yard on that carry for Ibrahim. Second and 11 Here for Riddle. They've got two backs with Boss in the backfield. It is a designed keeper for the quarterback, Boss, and he has met a few yards upfield, maybe a gain of 4 on that carry. It will bring up 3rd and 8 here for Riddle.
Yeah, nice play by defensive Chiloquin. They're starting to step up now.
8-6 our score at the end of one quarter of play. The Panthers trailing the Riddle Irish here on Chiloquin's Senior Day. It's also our Gino's Game of the Week on News Talk 1150 and 92.9 KAGO and mybasin.com. Back with more football after this.
Jason with Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness, and Performance. Thanks for joining us. Elevate started in 2020 as a dream. I wanted to open up a clinic of my own, really had a heart and a passion to treat athletes of all ages, and got the opportunity to do it. And wow, this is what's happened. One of the best parts of this job is that we get to work with all the student athletes on field, at their contests, at their games all around the county. Specifically when you're working with dancers, right, we've got like particular ways of movement that we don't want to necessarily correct, because dancers have a very specific way of moving that's important for their athletic performance. At Elevate, we're here to get you moving and keep you moving, no matter if you're 8 or you're 80. Feel free to give us a call at 541-887-2030.
We'll join you back in the second quarter, already in progress. First play of the quarter is a handoff to Isaiah Ibrahim for Riddle. He's brought down short of the sticks. It will bring up 4th and about 5 for Riddle. They'll have it at the Chiloquin 38-yard line, and right now they lead the Panthers 8-6 as we get started in the second quarter.
Yeah, another nice fill-in play by Jackson, middle linebacker for Chiloquin. You know, the defense has really stepped up. They got one of their stars out right now, Denver Bravo, still being evaluated. And I'll tell you, this defense, when that happened, has stepped up and said, we're going to start taking control of this game.
Yeah, they've done a great job of containing the sides. Riddle's gotten most of their yardage up the middle. We'll see where they go here on 4th and 6. Boss back to pass. Pardon me, this is Rainwater to throw. Throws a pass deep over far on the sideline. It is incomplete. That will be a turnover on downs, and the Panthers will take it over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Yeah, great pressure by Jones, number 41 for Chiloquin. He really disrupted that pass play, and there was no mustard behind it, and there was no chance of a completion after Jones got to that quarterback.
Chiloquin forcing back-to-back turnovers on downs. And they'll get the football with nearly the full second quarter in front of them. 11:10 to go before halftime, as Dylan Black playing quarterback here for the Panthers, with their typical starter being evaluated here on the sideline. And they've got 2 receivers sent to the near side. One is LaGruda. He's the nearest receiver. They've also got Leyland Wilder back behind Black in the gun. Black looking for a quick screen pass, overthrows his man. The intended target was Nicole Holster, and it falls incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, just a little strong on that bubble screen. But, man, that play is developing. That's going to be, if they can get that completion, man, that is going to be really effective.
Yeah, just going to take Dylan a few throws, I think, to get into the game. Not a guy who is typically the guy who passes the football, typically the guy who catches passes. But just trying to work on that, bring it in just a little bit as the Panthers face 2nd and 10. You're right, Todd, the play is there. Just got to complete that pass. Black again in the gun. It's the same formation. Holster in the slot. LaGruda on the near side is the receiver. They've got Parrish. He takes the pitch. Tries to get rid of one defender, but his stutter step is going to lose him some yards. No, he stays on his feet to the 30. Now up to the 40. One man to beat. There he goes to the 40. Now to the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Chiloquin. What a run for Justin Parrish.
I think they just short. They just short, but I'll tell you, that earns the grandma.
Yes.
Buy that kid a Coke, man. He deserves it. That was a great individual effort by Parrish, and good job, and now they're at the doorstep. Just shame that he didn't be able to get it in there.
Man, I thought he was dead to rights, 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. He shook off 2 defenders, and off he went. That was a more than 60-yard gain on that carry, and it sets the Panthers up 1st and goal. It's a high snap. Parrish is going to have to pick it up. He's the running back, picks it up in the backfield. Still a tough man to bring down. They take him down for a pretty considerable loss on that play. Call it a 7-yard loss, and it brings up 2nd and goal now from the 11.
Yeah, high snap, just destroyed the play, and they're lucky to get the ball back, honestly, so good job.
Parrish going to come off, and we got a new player coming in here for Chiloquin, Billy Jackson III, a sophomore. We're also going to see LaGruda come to the sideline for Chiloquin. Panthers get on the ball. Again, it'll be 2nd and goal. They're actually going to say officially from the 14-yard line. Black under center, and they've got Travis Jackson, a freshman, lined up behind him. It's a handoff to Jackson. Jackson trying to force his way through. They keep on pushing him. He stays on his feet. They can't bring him down. He's inside the 5 on a nice gain. They get pretty much all the yardage they lost on the previous play. Call it a gain of about 8 yards. 3rd and goal.
I don't want to call that a tush push because it was a handoff.
Yeah.
But, man, that looked like a tush push to me. That was a very effective, strong run by 51.
Yeah, again, that's Travis Jackson. He's a freshman, but he's a big guy, tough guy to bring down, and we're going to have a timeout called by the Panthers. This is their 2nd charged timeout of this half. They trail the Riddle Irish 8-6. I want to remind you that today's broadcast on mybasin.com is brought to you in part by Abby's Legendary Pizza. If you're looking for a great place to eat, head to one of Abby's Legendary Pizza locations for some of the best pizza in the basin at 1919 Austin Street or 2226 Shalleck Street near OIT. Abby's Legendary Pizza is a proud supporter of high school sports. Also want to give a shout to Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. They know that picking the right path can make the journey easier, the distance shorter, and can assure that you end up at the right place. Whether you're dreaming of owning a home or you just want a great checking account, Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union can help you reach your goals. Also, PCFCU changing their name after the first of the year. They'll be Sage Credit Union. So I want to make sure you get that out there. They keeping all the same information except just a new name and a new website handle. It'll be sagecu.org. So Panthers back out onto the field. Leyland Wilder making a return to the offense. He had missed most of this drive before, but now lined up as the running back. Dylan Black, the quarterback, will take this snap from under center. And Holster lined up as the tight end on the right side. They are going to try to find the tight end. It is incomplete. Black nearly throwing an interception, but thankfully for the Panthers, it'll just bring up 4th and goal.
Yeah, it was kind of wide open, but good coverage on that play too. And yeah, we need to pound this one in.
Panthers have had their struggles on 3rd down today. They are 1 for 3 on such attempts so far today. But here they go with the same formation that they just lined up with Wilder as the running back behind Black. They're going to pitch it to Wilder, but he is wrapped up quickly, taken down for a loss. That'll be a turnover on downs, and the Irish get it deep in their own territory.
Yeah, Terry did a great job of shooting up the field, and when he saw the pitch, it just went right into him. Great job. You know, I'll tell you, for all the younger viewers and people listening, Riddle did an outstanding job of not giving up on that play. I thought that was a touchdown. You thought that was a touchdown. Yeah. And Riddle didn't give up on that play, and that shows why you never give up on a play. They without that play, Chiloquin's up in this game.
Yeah, and because they did make a stop, their team still has the lead. It's 8-6. Riddle leads by a pair after a safety earlier on in the ball game, and here they go. Another offensive possession for the Irish. They hand it off to Jonathan Harp up the middle. Short gain on that play, maybe 3 yards. 2nd down coming up for Riddle.
Yeah, Chiloquin's learning this offense of Riddle, and they're not as their gains aren't as big as they were earlier in the first quarter. So they're reacting, and they're earning a good job right now for Chiloquin's defense.
What is it that you think they really did change? I mean, they're making they're making Riddle run up the middle, but past that,
I don't think the ends are penetrating so far up the field that creates a hole underneath them.
Gotcha. Well, here's a pitch to Ibrahim. Goes on to the outside. He's contained well. And, in fact, a gain of 1 on that play. Could have been a lot more for him, but Dylan Black in a nice tackle there for the Panthers.
Yeah, great job. 3rd and short, but Chiloquin's defense has been stout since about midway through the first, and let's see if they can stop him and get off the field.
Yeah, Riddle, 50% conversion rate on 3rd down today. They are 2 for 4. And this is one of their shorter attempts yet. It's only about 3rd and 1.5 here for the Irish. The quarterback under center, it's Boss. He's going to hand it off to Ibrahim along the near side. Ibrahim will get the first down, brought down at the 24-yard line, but just barely. A gain of 3 on that carry, 1st and 10.
Again, I've mentioned him a couple times. Jackson, number 51 for Chiloquin. Very effective job of reading the play and then shooting up there. It was a short gain enough to get a first down, but still very good tackle there.
Yeah, he's done a really nice job tonight up front for Chiloquin. I also see on the near edge, Danny Black has done a good job trying to contain that side as well. Playing corner here on the near side is Justin Parrish, and here we go. It is 1st and 10, Riddle. It's a passing play. Slant over the middle is incomplete. The intended target was Rainwater, but just a little bit too much air under that pass, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I got to back up for a second. I've been saying 51 has been doing all these tackles. It's actually 61 as I read it now as it got closer to me. So it's been Williams that's been doing an outstanding job as a middle linebacker, not Jackson. Jackson does an effective job running the ball up the middle.
Yeah, there you go, middle linebacker. Yeah, there he is, number 61, Vash Williams, a junior. You can see him there on mybasin.com if you're watching our live stream. Here's a handoff for Riddle. It's Ibrahim on the carry. About 3 yards upfield, 3rd and 7 coming up here for the Irish, and a whistle. Let's see. I think we got a timeout called by Riddle. So that's their first of this half ahead of this 3rd down play. I want to remind you, today's game on mybasin.com is brought to you by Coldwell Banker, Home and Premier Realty. They know that little things can add up to big bills when you're buying, selling, or owning a home. Coldwell Banker Home and Premier Realty's exclusive Beyond the Sale guarantees protect buyers, sellers, and homeowners from unexpected repair bills. To learn more, call Coldwell Banker Home and Premier Realty today. You know, Todd, yesterday they had a car show out at Coldwell Banker. They were having kids paint pumpkins. They had music. They had food. And you were talking last week about all the cool things that they do for the community. That was certainly one of them yesterday.
Yeah, they're again, Randy Shaw and his group of team there does such a great job for our community and all the hours that they put in, not just showing homes and helping people in finding building their dreams, but just being good community members, like programs like you just talked about.
Yeah, it was a great turnout yesterday. From what I hear, I wasn't there. I was at a football game, but always cool to be at that car show. All right, here we go. 3rd and 6 here for Riddle. Convert on 3rd down earlier this drive. They're 3 for 5 on such attempts. This is a longer one, though. Again, 3rd and 6. It's a handoff to Harper. Harper is wrestled down about the 35-yard line. That is right at the marker. They are going to give it to him. 1st down, Irish, with 6.5 to go in the first half. They lead 8-6.
Yeah, just almost got tackled right on the line of scrimmage, but Case, number 4, was almost tripped him up, but he ran through that and was able to gain the needed yardage.
Roman Case, a senior for Chiloquin, first year playing for the Panthers, formerly of Klamath Union High School. Here's the 1st and 10 play. It is a fumble. I think the Panthers have it, and they do. It was a miscommunication. Riddle didn't know who to hand the ball off to, and before they knew it, the ball was on the turf, and the Panthers fell on it.
Yeah, that's the old-fashioned cross buck that they were trying to run, and they got themselves confused on it. Fumbled the ball. Great job by Chiloquin's defense to recover it, and now you're in short territory. Let's drive it in. Let's drive it in right now.
Golden opportunity for the Panthers. They've got great starting field position at the 31. 1st and 10, 6:12 to go before halftime. Neither team has scored since 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. That was a safety. Neither team has scored a touchdown since 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Score of 8-6, and here we go for the Panthers. Dylan Black in at quarterback. They've got 2 receivers lined up to the left, and a whistle on the far sideline. I think we might be seeing...
I think it's a delay of game.
Okay, delay of the game. Good call there. So 1st and 15. Panthers getting back on the football. Likely no change in the play call. 1st and 15. Still good field position now at the 36-yard line. It is a pitch to Wilder on the left side. There is a flag in the backfield. Wilder up the far sideline, inside the 20, stays on his feet. He is into the end zone, but there is a flag back behind the line of scrimmage at about the 40-yard line, so can't call it a touchdown quite yet. Here's Darren Rutledge with the call. It is holding against the Panthers, and so Chiloquin coming back again. There's a reason Wilder was able to break free.
Yeah, that was tough because, man, that play was really set up for him to sweep it out. And once he gets outside those tackles and has that sideline, man, he's real effective out there. We'll see that play come back here soon.
It might not take very much time at all with how that last one was run. If you can just clean up that offensive line play, that was 6 points.
Yeah. It looks like it was actually a block in the back for 15 yards on that one, and that's a tough one. You know, as a crackback, you're bringing the receiver in motion, and traditionally that guy kind of turns into that receiver to create that edge for him to get around, and he just the kid must have not turned and hit him in the back.
So it'll be 1st and 25 on this play. The Panthers line up in the similar formation, although they flip it this time. The receivers are lined up to the right side. It's a pitch to Parrish, and he is taken down for a big loss on that one, losing almost another 15 yards, maybe more. 2nd and very, very long. They'll snap this one from the 41 in their own territory, and the yard to gain is the 21.
Yeah, just a lot of time in the backfield for that play to start to set up, and the line rush the defensive line rush is just so strong that you don't have the time that you need to set it up.
So it's the classic 2nd and 40 play coming up here for Chiloquin. 5.5 to go in the first half, and they trail Riddle 8-6. See what the Panthers draw up here again. Holster lined up in the slot on the near side. Black back to pass. Has time to throw, looks over the middle, tries to find Holster, but it's incomplete. And this will bring up 3rd and 40.
Yeah, if that could have been completed, that might have been a really nice gain there. He was trying to hit him in the stride, and if he was able to connect that might have gone for a long way.
Now Chiloquin just going to try to get some of it back. It's tough to try to draw up a real 3rd and 40 play, but if you can get maybe 15 or 20 of it back, you feel good about a deep pass maybe on 4th down. Just tough in 8-man football, these types of situations, because you don't like to punt it very often.
No, you don't, but it's such a defensive struggle right now by both teams, and so field position is going to be important.
Black takes the snap, moves up, has some room to the 50. He's brought down at about the 48-yard line. Call it a gain of about 8 yards on that carry, well short of the marker. But 4th and very long, 4th and about 25 or so coming up here.
Yeah, last time they did a punt, it was a fake punt, and Wilder took it all the way to the house. So let's see what happens this time.
Yeah, that was how Chiloquin scored their only touchdown so far, and that was from 41 yards out. This one a little bit further. It's 48 yards out. They do have Wilder set to receive this one, though. as far as receiving the snap, I should say. No one is back to receive a punt for Riddle. They seem to be convinced that this must be a fake play. Wilder does fake the punt, moves up the middle of the field, cuts to the near sideline, gets to the 45, and that's where he's leveled. He gains 4 on the play, but it'll be a turnover on downs. The Irish take it at their own 45.
Yeah, they were ready for that one. No one in the back to receive the punt. They knew what was coming. Very effective runner, Wilder is, but they got him on that one.
4 minutes remain in the first half. Riddle leads 8-6, and they'll take it back over. Their last drive went 7 plays before they coughed up a fumble. Before that, they've turned the ball over on their last 2 drives before that. So, like you said, Todd, a real defensive struggle between these two teams. It's been interesting to watch. You don't typically see that in 8-man football, a defensive game, but it's been fun.
Yeah, it has been fun.
1st and 10 for Riddle. Harp lined up as the fullback. Ibrahim will take the pitch going right. Tries to cut back across the middle. He's met at the 40, brought down at about the 43-yard line. A loss of 1 on that play, 2nd and 11.
Yeah, that was a great job by the end. Jones cutting up the field, but staying in contain, not letting him outside of him, and then had to force it back to where all of his cohorts were sitting there waiting to tackle him for a loss.
Riddle going backwards on their first down play, and again now facing 2nd and 11. Same formation, guys on the line of scrimmage. Harp is the fullback, Ibrahim is the halfback. Boss back to pass. Looks downfield to the near side. The pass is caught at the 35, down at the 31. On the catch there for Riddle was Jace Coker, the sophomore. A big first down there earned by Riddle.
Yeah, that was a very good catch by the receiver there because he was well covered, and but the ball got to him into his hands, and he caught with his hands, and that's why they were able to complete that one.
It's about the only place where the quarterback could have put that ball for him to catch it. That was a good throw by Noah Boss.
Yeah, most definitely.
Boss lined up under center here. 1st and 10 from the 31. It's going to be a handoff to Ibrahim. Tries to find some room on the right side. Lowers his shoulder. Bowls through 1 defender, and then he's wrapped up by 3 Panthers and brought down after a gain of about 5 yards on that carry. Maybe only 4. 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Williams has done an outstanding job, but he got his bell rung on that one when he tried to make that tackle and wasn't able to wrap up. And unfortunately, Williams is coming out to gather himself before he gets back in there.
Josh Morris out onto the field. He replaces Dade Mitchell for Chiloquin, and here he goes. 2nd and 5 officially. They put Ibrahim in motion. He takes a sweep handoff going towards the right side, trying to find some room on the sideline. Sheds off 1 defender, stays on his feet on the sideline, cuts up inside the 15, and then he steps out of bounds about the 10-yard line, maybe the 11. It should be 1st and 10 from the 11 here for Riddle. Another big gain there, worth about 15 yards.
Yeah, some really nice individual efforts. They're not going down after the first hit, and they just keep their feet moving, and that's the reason why he gained the yardage he did. He almost got hit for a small little loss, and but he kept those feet going and kept his balance and made a nice gain.
1st and 10, they're saying officially from the 12-yard line. It's going to be a handoff to Harper. He is taken down about the 6-yard line, but he has a good gain worth about 7 yards on that carry for Harper. 2nd down.
Yeah, nice job by Black, though. He stayed home and he kind of caught it like a catcher, and so that's why he got the yardage that he did, but he did a great job of catching them and bringing them down for the gain that he got.
Less yardage than I thought, though. Only 5-yard gain.
Yeah.
2nd and 5 here for Riddle. Boss is going to hand it off to Terry. First carry we've seen for Terry tonight. Gets on the right side, cuts upfield into the end zone, and a Riddle Irish add another score with 1:19 to go in the first half. They now lead 14-6.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Case did a great job for Chiloquin's defensive line of blowing it up in the middle, but then Case saw that and bounced it out to the outside and was able to make it for a score.
First touchdown rush for Kane Terry tonight. And now the Irish trying to go for two. It's a handoff to Harper, and he is in. And the score now is 16-6 in favor of the Irish with 1:19 to go in the first half. We're back with more of the Gino's Game of the Week next on News Talk 1150 and 92.9 KAGO and mybasin.com.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches around poles and lines, protecting our system, and giving you real-time updates when storms roll in. You can count on us in all seasons. 24/7, we're here for you. Powering your greatness.
Riddle Irish capping off a 6-play drive, going 45 yards in about 3 minutes. And it was a Kane Terry 6-yard touchdown rush that put them up 16-6 in the closing moments of this first half. Chiloquin will receive this kickoff and maybe a chance to try to put some points up before halftime. They do have one timeout remaining. It's an onside kick. It's not going to make it 5 yards. Chiloquin doesn't fall on it, though. The Panthers touched it before it went 5 yards. That makes it a live ball, and then the Irish get it.
Yeah, that was tough because I don't think it was going to go the required 10 yards, and it was kind of spinning, but the Chiloquin player just saw the opportunity to jump on the ball. And when he jumped on it, it kind of squirted out, and Riddle was able to get it back. Now it's important for Chiloquin just to have a strong defense and run this 1 minute 19 seconds out to go in the half like we are right now.
Yeah, they just got to stop them from going 52 yards here. Riddle has it 1st and 10 from their own 48. And we've got a flag down. And I think Chiloquin had too many men on the field. Although it was before the ball was snapped. Is the rule as soon as the offense gets on the football?
Well, what it is that they were in formation. Once you get into a formation, then you're kind of stuck there.
Gotcha. All right, so here we go. 1st and 5 shortens this drive distance a little bit. Now from the Chiloquin 47, it's a handoff to Harp. He gets the first down. He is going to be brought down past the 40, about the 37. Call it a gain of about 10 yards on that carry. First down Irish, and the clock stops with 1:11, although it will keep going right when these sticks get moved up. Irish get on the ball 1st and 10, again now from the Chiloquin 38-yard line. So we cross 1 minute remaining in the half. Riddle again has 2 timeouts remaining. It is a handoff to Harp once more, busts through the line to the 30, down to the 25, down at the 22. And that was a gain of about 17 yards on that carry. Brings up another first down.
Yeah, they're doing that little misdirection again, but they're hitting it up the middle a little bit more than earlier. They were hitting it from to the outside. It looks like we've got a timeout coming.
Timeout Irish, 46 seconds remaining in the first half. They still have one more timeout, and they lead Chiloquin 16-6 on Senior Day. Stick with us during halftime later today, the Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club halftime show. We'll break down the first half as we've got it. We'll take a look at what you might have missed in the Basin last night under the Friday night lights, and we'll also take a look ahead at the remaining schedule in the season for the Chiloquin Panthers and what our broadcasts look like for the weeks ahead on mybasin.com. So stick with us during the halftime show for that, plus third quarter action after that. Irish back out onto the field for this 1st and 10 play. It'll be 1st and 10 from about the 24-yard line in Chiloquin territory. The Irish have bitten off quite a few yards in just 2 plays. They've gone about 25 yards. So here we go, 1st and 10. Now both teams out there. Two receivers set out to the near side. Harp in the backfield. They put Ibrahim in motion from left to right, but it's a pass play for Boss. Looks to his right side. He finds a man, caught inside the 5, takes it to the end zone for an Irish touchdown. That was Stephen Nordyke in on the catch. And the Irish add a few more. It's 22-6.
No. It looked like he stepped out of bounds right around the 5 or 6 yard line. Fortunate there, and but the clock will stay stopped.
So 37 seconds, not quite a touchdown, but it was a first down.
Yes.
And it'll be first and goal now, Irish. So erase the score, still 16-6. And they've got Rainwater under center this time. And still Ibrahim and Harp in the backfield. It's going to be a misdirection handoff to Ibrahim. Comes along the left side. He is brought down, but not before he reaches the end zone. And now the Irish lead 22-6 with 30 seconds remaining in the first half.
Yeah, that was really tough. We got contact on him about the 3 yard line, but those strong legs just drove him into the end zone.
4-yard touchdown rush for Isaiah Ibrahim. And now the Irish looking to add 2 more on a conversion attempt here. Rainwater again under center. Harp is the fullback. Ibrahim is the halfback. It is a pitch to Ibrahim going right. Lowers his shoulder, tries to barrel in, but he is left short. And our score remains 22-6 with 30 seconds remaining in the first half. More of the Gino's Game of the Week after this on mybasin.com.
We drive play an important part of our everyday. Whether we're going to work, dropping off the kids at school, or maybe even on that first date. Vehicles we drive play an important role in all of that. And that's why at Clown Falls Subaru, we are so passionate about getting you the long-lasting vehicle that you will love. When you come to our store, you'll find that every department is dedicated to caring for our customers, which is why I can proudly send anyone here knowing that they will be treated like family. Stop by and say hi. When you come to Clown Falls Subaru, you're coming home.
– 22-6 our score here at Chiloquin High School. The Panthers trailing the Riddle Irish. So the Irish just capped off a 4-play drive, going 52 yards in about 45 seconds. Chiloquin has an opportunity to get the ball back. Leyland Wilder takes it up to midfield, and the Panthers will have it first and 10 with 1 timeout remaining and 25 seconds before halftime.
Yeah, if you can get some decent yardage on this first play here, you have a chance to score, but don't be surprised if Riddle's playing way back in a prevent defense here.
And Chiloquin hasn't had a lot of success throwing the football since earlier their quarterback went out. Going to have to hope for something special here for the Panthers as they face first and 10 from midfield. Chiloquin only has 2 first downs in the game so far, and they all came on the first drive of the game. For the Panthers, they send 2 receivers to the near side. Holster, along with Parrish, although Parrish lined up as kind of a tight end, well off the line of scrimmage. Black, back to pass, looks for Wilder. It falls incomplete. There is a flag down back where Black was tackled. See if Chiloquin gets a break here, maybe on a late hit.
Yeah, it looks like a roughing the passer call. That's going to get him 15 from, I don't think it's a spot of the foul. I believe it's from the line of scrimmage, so they're going to be down to the 35.
So good chunk of yards there for Chiloquin. There you go, first and 10. Now from the 35 after Dylan Black gets roughed as the passer.
Didn't need to use your timeout on that either, and 21 seconds in a short field now.
Panthers, see what kind of play they draw up here. They've gotten kind of creative with a couple of screen-type passes, some sweep handoffs, and now again they have it first and 10. Black is not going to take the snap. It looks like Leyland Wilder set up for a direct snap, and he has it. Wilder drops back to pass, feels pressure to his backside, scrambles to the near side, has some room to the 40, now to the 35, taken out at the 30, and there is a flag down about the side of the tackle. And we'll see. It would be a gain of about 4 yards if the play stands, but let's find out. Block in the back against the Panthers, and backwards we go with 11 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Unfortunately, that's what happens when you start scrambling. All the blocking kind of breaks down, and those kind of happen. The guy who is trying to contain starts to turn, and the block just hits him right in the back, unfortunately.
So the Panthers will have one or maybe two more plays left in the half, and now it's from the 42-yard line, still in Irish territory as they drive towards the east. Panthers taking some time working their play out in the huddle. It's got to work it out with, again, a backup quarterback in there. Make sure everyone's on the same page. It's the only way it's going to work. They send Parrish out to the left side along with LaGruda. Black back in at quarterback. Looks to pass. Deep over the middle, it is incomplete. The intended target was LaGruda. And it falls incomplete with 7 seconds remaining in the half. Second down and 17.
Yeah, he kind of broke down on that route, and the quarterback just thought he was going to keep going and made the incompletion.
Center gets up on the football. That's Roman Case. They've got two men out to the left side wide. It's Parrish and LaGruda. Behind Black in the backfield is Holster. It's a keeper for Black. Cuts up on the sideline. Has some room to the 20. One man to beat, and he does. No flags down. It's a Chiloquin touchdown, Danny Black.
Such an important answer to end this half with that touchdown, keeping the score within a close range. And, excuse me, great individual effort there. He has some speed. Man, was he quick out there on that end.
I want to make a correction. I said that was Danny Black. That was actually Dylan Black, number 13, the junior, the younger one, making that touchdown for Chiloquin. The score 22-12. Panthers going to try to cut the lead to 8 at halftime with a successful 2-point conversion here. Black lined up under center, and they've got the big man Travis Jackson in. They hand it to Jackson. They're trying to push him forward, but he is stopped short. And as we go to the halftime locker rooms, it's a 10-point ball game. The Riddle Irish lead the Chiloquin Panthers 22-12. Stick with us during halftime as we break down the first half. We'll take a look around at what happened in the Basin last night. Take a look at the 1A 8-man playoff picture now a couple of weeks into league play. And we'll also get set for the third quarter of action. All that's coming up next at the Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club halftime show on News Talk 92.9 and 1150 KAGO and on mybasin.com.
The best words you can hear tonight?
Order ready for Susan.
And if you hear those words at Abby's, you know it's going to be a legendary meal. Your pizza is loaded with toppings to the edge, premium ingredients, and real cheese. Yeah, baby. Gather with friends, play some video games, and watch the big game on TV. That's made Abby's a legendary pizza tradition for generations. And when you're ready to hear those magic words,
Tom, your order's ready.
you know where to go. You're always welcome at Abby's.
As a parent of a high school athlete, I've given up trying to get pictures of my kid playing sports. It's nearly impossible to take pictures and enjoy the game. There is a solution, though. God's Gifts Photography attends high school sporting events in the Basin to take individual and team action photos at a great price. Search God's Gifts 2 on Facebook to learn more. They'll come and capture your athlete in action, creating those frameable lifelong memories so you can watch and just enjoy the moment. Call 541-281-2206 to get your athlete on their schedule. God's Gifts Photography.
What are your goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever you are aiming for, Harbor Isles is here to help you. They have brand new cardio and strength equipment. Harbor Isles offers indoor tennis courts, 4 indoor pickleball courts, energizing group classes, expert personal trainers, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to guide you every step of the way. No matter what your goals are, Harbor Isles has everything you need to reach those goals. Stop by and see the difference for yourself. Harbor Isles, lose those reins and get your gains.
It's time to reclaim your health and your autonomy. At Heartfelt OBGYN, they focus on you. Their evidence-based approach to care means fewer office visits and a targeted treatment plan to directly address your specific needs. They believe in solutions for their patients, not the industry's profit margin. The providers at Heartfelt OBGYN are committed to serving the community and giving back to the basin. Find them at heartfeltobgyn.com. Heartfelt, because you deserve to be in control of your body and your informed choices.
Josh Eldridge and Todd Andrus back with you for the Gino's Game of the Week on mybasin.com. Also on the radio on News Talk, 1150, 92.9 KAGO. At halftime today for Chiloquin's Senior Day, they trailed the Riddle Irish 22-12, but the Panthers making something happen, giving us reason to believe on that last series of the first half, Todd.
Yeah, this game is still in question. The Chiloquin's defense actually, for all the adversity that they've had to face a little bit today, they've really stepped up and done an effective job. You're losing one of your leaders out there on Bravo, and it doesn't look like he's going to be coming back for the rest of this game. But very effective runs, and the heart is still there, and that's the key, man. Keep the heart going, and you never know what happens.
They've had 2 touchdowns, and each of them were kind of surprising plays. You had a Leyland Wilder 41-yard touchdown rush that was on a fake punt. And then on the last play of the half, Dylan Black from 45 yards out just ran to the sideline, cut up field, and off he went. It's been big plays by Chiloquin's key contributors that we talked about early in the game. So even though Denver Bravo looks like his day might be done, it's the other stars who've stepped up for the Panthers.
Most definitely they have, and you can really see the Chiloquin team, once they get space, man, they're shifty and fast, and they see the holes, they see the whole field very well, and they're able to score. What Riddle has done effective is not let him out there and to get shifty in the such. And so that's going to be really the key for the second half, is seeing which team is able to control that Chiloquin run game.
And for Riddle, their game plan has seemingly been, we're going to run the football, try and stop us.
Yeah.
And Chiloquin has stopped them a handful of times, but Riddle has punched in 3 touchdown scores. But their offensive approach seems pretty well set in stone.
Yeah, it is. And towards the end of the half there, Chiloquin's defense started getting tired because of that constant over and over and over pounding that Riddle is doing. That's going to play a key role in the second half if Chiloquin can get off the field quickly in defense and get their explosive offense the ball back.
In the first half, it was Riddle who started with the football. They put together the longest drive of the game so far, 4.5 minutes and 10 plays. They capped it off with a touchdown from Jonathan Harp. At the time, that made it 6-0 advantage Irish. Chiloquin answered back on the very next drive, a 4-play drive going 55 yards, capping it off with a 41-yard touchdown rush from Leyland Wilder. That tied us up at 6. Couple of drives later, Chiloquin snapped a ball on a punt out of their own end zone. That created a safety for the Riddle Irish, making it 8-6 at that time. That was with a minute left to go in the first quarter. Went quite a while without any scores, but with 4 minutes left to go in the second quarter, that's when Riddle finally broke through with a touchdown rush from Kane Terry, capping off a 6-play, 3-minute drive, making it 16-6. They recovered an onside kick, took it 4 plays in 45 seconds. This time it was Ibrahim who punched it in for a score. It was 22-6. But then Chiloquin, they made those last 30 seconds of the first half count. 3 plays and a 45-yard Dylan Black touchdown rush keeps things interesting. 22-12 at halftime here at Chiloquin. It is Senior Day. We'll talk a little bit about that as halftime continues. We'll also take a look at the Special District 1 standings and how they are a couple of games through league play. today. Also, for those of you listening on the radio, we got an exclusive with Brittany from Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club during the Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club halftime show. So stick around for all that and more at the Gino's Game of the Week on mybasin.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches around poles and lines, protecting our system, and giving you real-time updates when storms roll in. You can count on us in all seasons. 24/7, we're here for you. Powering your greatness.
The cars we drive play an important part of our everyday. Whether we're going to work, dropping off the kids at school, or maybe even on that first date. Vehicles we drive play an important role in all of that. And that's why at Klamath Falls Subaru, we are so passionate about getting you the long-lasting vehicle that you will love. When you come to our store, you'll find that every department is dedicated to caring for our customers, which is why I can proudly send anyone here knowing that they will be treated like family. Stop by and say hi. When you come to Klamath Falls Subaru, you're coming home.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches around poles and lines, protecting our system, and giving you real-time updates when storms roll in. You can count on us in all seasons. 24/7, we're here for you. Powering your greatness.
The cars we drive play an important part of our everyday. Whether we're going to work, dropping off the kids at school, or maybe even on that first date. Vehicles we drive play an important role in all of that. And that's why at Klamath Falls Subaru, we are so passionate about getting you the long-lasting vehicle that you will love. When you come to our store, you'll find that every department is dedicated to caring for our customers, which is why I can proudly send anyone here knowing that they will be treated like family. Stop by and say hi. When you come to Klamath Falls Subaru, you're coming home.
It is still halftime today at Chiloquin, and right now the Panthers trail the Riddle Irish 22-12. Couple of minutes yet before the third quarter. Let's take a look in at the standings in Special District 1 and see where these teams line up. Right now, Cross Point Christian leads the pack. Saw their head coach was out here watching the football game a little earlier, Mr. Jim Johnston. The Warriors are 5-2 overall in the season, 3-0 in league play. Glendale is 2-1 in league play, 3-4 overall. Riddle and Chiloquin both 1-1 in league play, although the Irish hold the overall advantage with a 4-1 record compared to the Panthers 2-3. Camas Valley is 1-2. 2-4 overall, and Prospect Charters 0-3 in league play. They are 1-5 overall on the season. We said it earlier in the broadcast, but in case you missed it, just setting up the playoff picture, 2 teams from each conference make the postseason in 1A 8-man football. So there are 6 districts, 2 from each make it, and then from there you've got 4 at-large teams that qualify to the playoffs from there. I believe that's how it works. Pardon me. Yes, 2 from each make it 8. Then there are an additional 4 at-large teams that qualify for the 12-team postseason. So second place is the place where it feels like most of these teams are fighting for. Cross Point Christian, unbeaten, number 4 ranked in the state. Don't want to crown any league champions yet, but they're certainly the favorite, and everyone else battling for that second playoff spot. Whoever wins today would pull even with Glendale for second place in the conference. So even just 3 games in, this is a big game for both teams.
Yeah, most definitely. The good thing for Chiloquin on this day, though, is that the game is still in question, and they're getting the ball in the second half to start. So it would be nice to take that momentum of scoring that touchdown right at the end of the half and then add on to it right now as they get the ball.
Want to remind you what happened last night under the Friday night lights in the Klamath Basin. If you missed any of the action, the Henley Hornets won on their senior night. They won 42-13 against Ashland. The Mazama Vikings lost against North Bend. That was a 40-14 score line. The Klamath Union Pelicans were on the road last night in a 3A game against the Phoenix Pirates. They lost that game to Phoenix 49-19. The Potato Bowl was last night between Lost River and Bonanza. The Raiders continue to roll. 46-6 was their win over the Antlers. And then Cross Point Christian with a shutout win last night. They visited Glendale and beat the Pirates 30-0. This is the final game going on in the Basin today on a nice Saturday. Weather has been cooperative. Right now it's 66 degrees in Chiloquin. A little bit warmer than last week when we were in Bonanza, and it was about 42. So nice weather for football to close out this ball game. Second half should be fun.
Yeah, no, it's still a very competitive contest. The game is still in question, and I love to see. We keep talking about how Chiloquin is a young program. They're starting to build from last year, and this second half has the coaches have an opportunity to get these kids believing again and not giving up when you're down by 10. So it'll be interesting to see how Chiloquin comes out. I think they're going to come out very positively and do an effective job and get back in this game.
Yeah, Chiloquin is set to receive the second half opening kickoff. Riddle has typically gone for an onside, though, so we'll see how it all pans out. We got one more break to take during our halftime show. Again, want to highlight Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club. They exist to provide a clean, multi-use facility for the advancement of health, wellness, and longevity to their members and the community. We invite you to join Harbor Isles, where they feature top-of-the-line equipment, full-service personal training, and an array of group exercise classes. This concludes the Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club halftime show. Third quarter action is next. The Chiloquin Panthers trail the Riddle Irish 22-12. The Gino's Game of the Week on mybasin.com.
The best words you can hear tonight?
Order ready for Susan.
And if you hear those words at Abby's, you know it's going to be a legendary meal. Your pizza is loaded with toppings to the edge, premium ingredients, and real cheese. Yeah, baby. Gather with friends, play some video games, and watch the big game on TV. That's made Abby's a legendary pizza tradition for generations. And when you're ready to hear those magic words,
Tom, your order's ready.
You know where to go. You're always welcome at Abby's.
As a parent of a high school athlete, I've given up trying to get pictures of my kid playing sports. It's nearly impossible to take pictures and enjoy the game. There is a solution, though. God's Gifts Photography attends high school sporting events in the Basin to take individual and team action photos at a great price. Search God's Gifts 2 on Facebook to learn more. They'll come and capture your athlete in action, creating those frameable lifelong memories so you can watch and just enjoy the moment. Call 541-281-2206 to get your athlete on their schedule. God's Gifts Photography.
What are your your goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever you are aiming for, Harbor Isles is here to help you. They have brand new cardio and strength equipment. Harbor Isles offers indoor tennis courts, 4 indoor pickleball courts, energizing group classes, expert personal trainers, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to guide you every step of the way. No matter what your goals are, Harbor Isles has everything you need to reach those goals. Stop by and see the difference for yourself. Harbor Isles, lose those reins and get your gains.
It's time to reclaim your health and your autonomy. At Heartfelt OBGYN, they focus on you. Their evidence-based approach to care means fewer office visits and a targeted treatment plan to directly address your specific needs. They believe in solutions for their patients, not the industry's profit margin. The providers at Heartfelt OBGYN are committed to serving the community and giving back to the basin. Find them at heartfeltobgyn.com. Heartfelt, because you deserve to be in control of your body and your informed choices.
Also back on mybasin.com for the Gino's Cafe Game of the Week as we get ready to go in the third quarter, just about a minute away. It's the Riddle Irish who lead 22-12. And Dylan Black getting some warm-up tosses in as the backup quarterback here for Chiloquin. They will presumably get the ball to start the second half. Riddle set to kick off to them at least, but it's important for Chiloquin to come out and try to put something together on this first drive. It's still, this game is still manageable for the Panthers, but you don't want to go too long with just keeping it manageable.
Yeah, no doubt, and this first opening drive for Chiloquin is going to be important. I'd love to see them do that little bubble screen again. I think you got your backup quarterback now. He's gotten a few plays in the game. Watching him warm up here, he has an arm, so that play is open for them, and if they can make a connection on it, we can get back into this game for the Chiloquin Panthers.
Panthers did score on the last play of the first half. It was a 45-yard rush, and again, Riddle set to kick off here. They already have recovered one onside kick today too. They recovered it with about a minute 15 to go in the first half, and they wound up turning that into points. Likely going to go for an onside kick here, as they have done all game long.
Yep.
Back to receive, if there is a standard kick, is LaGruda, but up on the front line for Chiloquin, Vash Williams, along with Edward Jones, and I believe that's Billy Jackson there on the far side. Chiloquin falls on the football at about the 49-yard line. Panthers get it, and they will be on offense to start this second half.
I'll tell you, that football, when it hits the ground, man, it becomes like a wet pig. Sometimes it's hard to pick up. Good job, the secondary Chiloquin player jumping on that ball.
Aside from that touchdown drive to end the first half, Chiloquin hadn't scored since about 5 minutes to go in the first. That was a 4-play drive, capped off with a 41-yard rush. The Panthers have relied on big plays so far today. They wouldn't mind another one here. Dylan Black, the quarterback, pitches it out to Leyland Wilder, going right now, cuts back to the left, has the edge to the 40, now to the 50 before being brought down on the other side of midfield at about the 48. So what wound up in kind of a long, drawn-out play only gained the Panthers about 3 yards. Still positive, though, second down.
Yeah, Riddle's end is doing a good job keeping containment, but Wilder reads it real quick and jets back the other way, and there's some opening there. That's where an 8-man football speed kills.
Yeah. Second down and 7 here for the Panthers. Like I said, they've relied on the big play a lot. They haven't had a lot of long, sustained drives. In that first half, only 3 first downs for the Panthers, but still, they only trail by 10. Black in the gun, takes the snap. It's a play-action pass. Black rolls to his right, looks over the middle. The pass is incomplete. Intended target, I think, was Leyland Wilder. Justin Parrish was a little bit further downfield. Regardless, incomplete, 3rd and 7.
Yeah, good job by Riddle taking away the initial receiver, but again, it was a good job by Chiloquin to find that secondary receiver. They just haven't connected yet today. If they can start getting that pass game going and connecting a little bit, in fact, I don't think they've completed a pass today, but if they can get a few of those passes complete, their offense is going to start driving here.
3rd and 7. Chiloquin today on 3rd down. They are 1 of 4. Black faces pressure. They look for a screen pass, but Parrish is met right where he caught the ball And they go backwards. 4th and 10 for the Panthers.
Yeah, a little middle bubble screen there, and but good job by Riddle, the one person to stay home and made the tackle right when he made the catch.
So Chiloquin will have Wilder back to punt. In this situation, they have fake punted. This time Wilder does boot that one pretty well downfield. That'll go out of bounds about the 16, 17-yard line. Good punt there for Wilder. Pins the Irish back deep.
Yeah, very nice punt. Now it's time for Chiloquin's defense to get a quick 3-and-out and get that ball back.
Last drive for the Irish was 4 plays and 45 seconds. They went 52 yards and capped it off with Ibrahim's first touchdown of the game. At the time, it made it a 22-6 game. Before that, they also put a scoring drive together on 6 plays and about 3 minutes. That one was a Kane Terry touchdown rush from 6 yards out. The Irish have just been consistent running the football today. Not really a whole lot else to look at for them. Just run the ball up the gut. They've completed a couple passes here and there, but mostly running up the middle. And here it looks like they're lined up to do more of the same. Rainwater, though, lined up as the quarterback. If anyone's going to throw it, it's him. Instead, it's a handoff to Harp. Harp makes it back to the line of scrimmage and then a short gain after it, maybe 2 yards, 2nd and long.
Yeah, good job by the end. Not going too far up the field. Reading the play, came right back into him. He didn't make the tackle, but he brought it back inside to let his teammates to gobble him up.
Looks like more of a gain than I had initially thought. It looks to be about 2nd and 6 coming up here for the Riddle Irish. For them, 10 first downs in the first half. They've been nothing but consistent long drives. Boss under center. Pardon me, that was Rainwater again under center. This is a handoff to Ibrahim. He is stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, nice job by the end. Jones getting off his block, and then right when he got off his block, he went right into the hole and made a great tackle.
Riddle has been better on 3rd down in that second quarter than they were in the first. So far, all told, they are 4 of 6 on 3rd down conversions so far today. This is a medium distance. They're calling it officially 3rd and 5. Rainwater back to throw. Looking here to the near side. The pass is caught down at the 40. In on the reception is Coker. That is a first down for the Irish at a gain of about 15 yards.
Yeah, Parrish had him for a second, but for a good opportunity for an interception, but he kind of stopped, and the ball just continued to carry. And if he just kept with the receiver instead of trying to make that interception, he probably would have made the interception because it went over his head and good completion.
1st and 10, still at their own 40. Irish driving into the wind. It's changed directions. Rainwater takes the snap. He pitches it to the back. That's Ibrahim. Ibrahim is stopped about 3 or 4 yards, maybe a full 5 upfield. That's a better gain again than I thought. A 5-yard gain brings up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, nice run. But again, nice job by Chiloquin to getting out there. And if you can keep this defense or this offense only these small gains and not have those big explosive gains, you have that opportunity to get that 3rd and short or 4th and short and get off the field.
I think, though, on the contrary, kind of something you brought up during halftime is Chiloquin during the end of that second quarter started to get a little bit slow because Irish is able to just run so many plays on any given drive.
Yeah. It's unfortunately it's time. Too much time out there for Chiloquin on the defense. Oh, misstep. Good tackle by Black. That was a great job up there.
Yeah, Rainwater took the snap, went to go hand it off to his man. I think it was Harp, but Harp didn't take the handoff. Then Rainwater was kind of left as a sitting duck, taken down for a loss, 3rd and long.
Yeah, that's the loneliest position to ever be in, is when you running back's not taking the ball and supposed to.
You turn around and there's 3 Panthers running right at you.
Yep.
Not enviable. 3rd down and 8. Riddle has already converted on 3rd down once this drive. Rainwater again under center, drops back to pass once more. has lots of time and then quickly runs out of it. He is taken down for a sack, a loss of 7. He had 2 blockers back there with him, but no one could help the final guy who got in the backfield, 4th and 13.
Yeah, nice job by Chiloquin seeing that that pass. He kind of rolled out a little bit. That end dove right into him and shed all the blocks and got the tackle. Great job. Great job.
I thought that was Danny Black who brought him down for the sack, number 11. That's who it looked like to me, a senior recording that sack on his senior day. Nice job. And it brings up 4th and 13. Riddle has not punted yet today. They've gone for it on 4th down twice and failed twice. Here's their third look at it here. Rainwater again, back to pass. Feels pressure. He's sacked for a huge loss. Chiloquin will take it inside the 25. 1st and 10.
Yeah, that was a nice job by Black. Black did a great job of getting up the field and ran right into him. Jones was also part of that pressure, and now Chiloquin has to capitalize on this. They've got great field position. Now it's time to get in there and score and get this game real tight.
They're going to mark it officially at the 27. This is really good starting field position for the Panthers. They've squandered good field position a couple of times today, unfortunately. Can't do it here. Now midway through the third quarter, they trail by 10. 6:17 remaining in the third quarter. Dylan Black lined up his quarterback, Holster behind him. 2 receivers to the near side. It's Parrish and Wilder. Black moves up in the pocket, looks deep down the field for Wilder. It's incomplete inside the 5. Wilder's going to beat himself up for that one, but that was a tough ball to get to. He sold out for it, just couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, that was tough. You know, he starts running up the middle looking like he's going to take off with it, and he's hoping that all the defense starts to squeeze in, and then he's trying to pop it out there. I think the middle's open for him, though, to run a little bit, get a little bit more yardage, too. So, good play. Probably see that one come back here before the end of the game.
2nd and 10 for the Panthers. They get on the football. Similar formation, except this time it's Lagruda lined up to the near side. Don't see Wilder lined up as a receiver. Black looks over the middle. The intended target was Parrish. It is incomplete on a slant route. It brings up 3rd and 10.
Yeah, it wasn't a really nice spiral on that one, and it was hard to catch. Hit him in the hands, though, and when I was in high school, my coach used to say to me, anything that hits you in the hands, man, you better catch.
Yeah, that's true. It's the old adage. I don't know. If I hear footsteps, someone's running at me, I don't know if I'd be able to bring down half as many balls as these guys do.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
3rd and 10 for the Panthers. They were forced to punt on their last drive. But so far today, 1 of 5 on 3rd down conversion attempts. Here's Black in an empty backfield. He's going to scramble for it. He gets to the marker. There he goes. 10-5. Touchdown, Panthers.
We got 2 flags on the field, both being linemen. This will be an interesting call.
Let's see. Not going to put the points up on the board yet. That would have been a scramble from 27 yards for Dylan Black. But they're going to say it was a false start against Chiloquin. And backwards we go.
Yeah, it looks like it was actually legal or misline. They had someone in the backfield that shouldn't have been in the backfield lined up. Because I didn't see any movement. Did you see any movement?
I didn't see any movement.
Yeah, that's got to be what it is.
But I see the hand signal, and that's what I think typically. But
yeah.
Well, the officiating stuff, I'll leave that up to you.
Yeah.
So
it's
it'll be
5 yards.
3rd and 15. So they push it back to the 32. Panthers getting up on the ball. Roman Case playing center. Lagruda lined up to the near side. Holster in the slot. Wilder in the backfield with Black, although not really lined up as a back here. Pardon me, that's Parrish. Parrish takes the bubble screen, catches it at the 40, tries to cut back across the middle of the field, loses one defender, now comes back to the near side, stays on his feet to the 35, to the 30, inside the 25 to the 20, stops at the 15, loses a man down inside the 5, taking some ankles with him. First and goal, Panthers.
That was an incredible individual effort. Right when he received that ball, you would think, oh, he was dead to rights, and he figured it out and got a great first down, which was needed, knocking on the door for another score.
Man, that was an 8-man football special.
Yeah.
He lost a lot of defenders in some really tight areas, juking some guys in a phone booth. First and goal, Chiloquin at the 5. That was a really great run.
Well, I mean, he went back and forth like 2 or 3 times.
Yes.
You weren't sure if he was going to take the left end or the right end.
Incredible job, and here we go. Panthers, an opportunity to try and make it a one-score game. They trail by 10. Holster lined up behind Black. They've got 2 receivers to the right. And a whistle. Looks like Riddle might have gotten an early start. Let's see. I think that's going to be the case. Encroachment on the defense. Half the distance to the goal. First and goal from the 2.5.
Yeah, the offensive line always like that. 2.5 is easier than 5.
And they got Holster lined up as the running back. He's typically been a tight end throughout most of the season for Chiloquin, the sophomore. He's number 12 back there. They might try to hand it off to the big man like we've seen them do a couple times, but no, he's actually going to go out and line up in the slot. And Black alone in the backfield. They've got LaGruda lined up as well. It's a snap to Black. The quarterback takes it left. No one's there. He's into the end zone. No flags down. The Panthers add another score. It is now 22-18 with 4:47 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, take all your receivers out to the right side. Take a little step back, making it look like you're going to pass it, and then there was a nice hole up the left side. Easy touchdown. Great play by Chiloquin.
That's Black's second rushing touchdown of the game. That one from about 2 yards out. And now Chiloquin going to try and go for 2 to make it a 2-point ball game. Get up on the football, and they've got 3 receivers set out to the right again. In the backfield is Parazu. Off the right hip of the quarterback. Black takes the snap. Now he's rolling right, running towards the pylon. He backpedals into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is good. It's 22-20, 4:47 to go in the third quarter. Chiloquin still trails Riddle. Back after this at the Gino's Game of the Week on mybasin.com.
Klamath Basin is beautiful, from shimmering Klamath Lake to rich farmlands to the historic downtown. And with an average of over 300 days of sunshine every year, the Klamath Basin is a great place to be. We here at Basin Media Active have been supporting this community for many years, keeping it entertained and informed with friendly faces and familiar voices. You can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, stream live local sports, and check out our community calendar, all on our website, mybasin.com. And you can download our app for free in your app store right now. Basin Media Active, local community engaged.
22-20, and the Riddle Irish lead the Chiloquin Panthers, but Chiloquin fighting back. Capping off a 5-play drive their last time out, and they took about 2 minutes off the clock, capping it off with a 2-yard touchdown rush for Dylan Black, his second rushing score of the day. And again, 22-20 our score. Panthers set to kick off. Here's the kick. It is a squib that's out to about the 50, and Riddle will catch the line drive and fall on it. Making the play was Borg, and the Irish take over 1st and 10 at their own 48.
Yeah, nice play by him to make that catch on that was a line drive, and I haven't seen some of the baseball players make a catch like that. So
very true. Riddle, last time out, turned the ball over on downs after a 7-play drive and 4 minutes off the clock. But again, they've just done a good job of keeping Chiloquin's defense on the field. Here they go. Rainwater lined up as the quarterback. He is going to hand it off to Ibrahim. Ibrahim finds some room on the right side. Brought down after a solid gain on that play, about 5 yards. Second down looming.
Yeah, nice tackle by Chiloquin, but again, a 5-yard gain. Like to see that hit about 2-yard gain instead, but I think Riddle is just going to continue to pound the ball. There's no reason for them to throw it. I think they're just eat up the clock because Chiloquin's offense can be so explosive, and keeping the ball away from Chiloquin's offense is what Riddle's goal is.
2nd and 5 here for the Irish. Same formation. This is another handoff to Ibrahim, although this time to the left side. Has some success going along the sideline. Scampers out of bounds. Call it a gain of maybe 8 yards on that carry. Good enough for an Irish first down.
Yeah, that was a very effective job by the left side of the Irish offensive line. There was no penetration that occurred there, so when the misdirection came to the left side, it was wide open for an easy 5, 6, 7 yards before there was any contact by Chiloquin.
Riddle now into Panther territory at the 39-yard line. 3:49 and counting to go in the third quarter. And a new player checking in here for the Panthers, and a flag. I think this is going to be against the Irish. I think they tried to get the snap off before Chiloquin got everybody off the field, but they certainly false started.
Yeah, they tricked themselves.
It's not the first time today, unfortunately, for Riddle, as they'll go backwards 5 yards, 1st and 15. Penalties have certainly been a factor against the offenses today. The defenses have played pretty clean football, but a handful of false starts, some holding calls for both teams has, I think, kept our scoreline so low, which is not customary for an 8-man game. Here we go. 1st and 15. It's a handoff to Ibrahim to the right side. Lowers his shoulder. He's met only 2 yards upfield. Short gain, 2nd and 13. 2nd and 12, looks like.
Yeah, nice hit by Williams. I mean, that was a strong hit, and saw the hole pop up, went straight into it, and a gain of 2 maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, short gain on that play for sure. Here's 2nd and 13 officially for Riddle. Again, continuing with the same formation. No, looks like they're changing it up a little bit. All right, quarterback with running backs off either hip. Rainwater calls for the snap. It's a handoff to Harp. He sweeps left. Cuts up the sideline. Gets about 7 yards on that carry. He'll still be well short of the marker, though. It'll be 3rd and about 7.
Yep. Yeah. No, it was a good, hard run. When he made initial contact, he got it. He drove himself for another 3 yards on that. So tip your hat to that running back on that one.
Riddle facing 3rd down this half. They're 1 for 2. For the game, they're 5 of 8 on 3rd down. It's one of their longer attempts, though, about 3rd and 7 as we cross the 2-minute remaining mark to go in the third quarter. Riddle leads Chiloquin 22-20. Rainwater going to hand it off to Ibrahim coming along the near side. Ibrahim gets to the 25, now the 20, stays in bounds at the 15, spins around at the 5, and dances into the end zone. No flags down. That is a Riddle touchdown with 1:51 to go in the third quarter. He punches it in from about 35 yards out.
Yeah, no penetration from the left side of the Chiloquin defensive line. That's what created that opening on the right side there. And a very strong, effective run. I thought he was going to go out of bounds, but he made a nice twist turn to get it into the end zone.
Riddle going to go for 2. Course, as they have all game long. That was Ibrahim's 2nd rushing touchdown of the game, by the way. That one is longest so far today from 35 yards out. Rainwater back to pass, tries to find a slant route. It is incomplete. And the score now is 28-20. With 1:51 to go in the third quarter, we'll step aside. Back with more third quarter action from Chiloquin High School next on mybasin.com.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches around poles and lines, protecting our system, and giving you real-time updates when storms roll in. You can count on us in all seasons. 24/7, we're here for you. Powering your greatness.
Riddle leads 8-20 28-20, a minute 51 to go in the third quarter against the Chiloquin Panthers. The last drive for the Irish, 5 plays, 52 yards, and about 3 minutes off the game clock, capping it off with a touchdown from Isaiah Ibrahim, 35 yards, and a failed 2-point conversion later. It's still a one-score football game. Ensuing kickoff is an onside attempt. It rolls to the near side. It is going to go out of bounds. Chiloquin lucked out there. That is a big break for the Panthers as that ball goes out of bounds. It seems like neither team wanted it.
I'll tell you, when we sit up here, we think it's so much easier to get on top of that ball, but that thing squirts around, and there's a reason why it's not a round ball and it's like oblong or whatever you want to call the shape.
Yeah.
Because it does funny things, and that's what it was doing there.
Yeah, that rattled all over the place, and I thought it was going to go out of bounds about 2 different times, and it stayed in bounds and then finally kicked out. The Panthers will take it 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line. Last time out for the Panthers, it was a longer drive of about 73 yards. No, pardon me. It was a shorter field they had it last time out, 27 yards, 5 plays, and a 2-yard touchdown rush. Made it 22-20 at the time. Riddle, of course, added 6 on their last drive, but now Chiloquin an opportunity to bring it within 2 at least, maybe tie if they're able to convert on a 2-point conversion this drive. Here's a quick screen pass to Justin Parrish, but he's going to be taken down for a loss of 4 yards on that play, 2nd and 14.
Yeah, that was a nice open field tackle by the Riddle linebacker there, and but I like what Chiloquin's doing because if that initial pass isn't open, Black is so fast and can scramble so well, he might get some yardage here. So we'll see what happens. But I like the thought process from the coach there on the Chiloquin side.
Playing behind the sticks here for 2nd and 14. Panthers from their own 41 as they drive from right to left. Black in the gun. He's got Parrish back there with him. Holster in the slot. Lagruda lined up to the near side as a receiver. No one lined out to the right side for the Panthers, and a whistle. Let's see. It looks like we might have timeout. Nope, delay game against the Panthers. So this one's coming back a little bit further.
Yeah, got to get that. With a backup quarterback, that kind of can tend to be a challenge sometimes, getting plays in and out of the huddle, and that's hurting Chiloquin a little bit.
Now they know the play, though. Here's 2nd and 18. It's a pitch to Parrish. He starts going right, now cuts back left, still tries to find some room up the middle, goes back the other way, and all that for a loss of 3.
Yeah, that was about a 50-yard run for a loss of 3 yards there.
Yeah.
I mean, he was back and forth, trying to find a little gap to scoot through and get that big gain, and unfortunately, Riddle did a good job of containing him.
Yeah, Jacob Mitchell up front for Riddle along with Nordyke. They've done a nice job of getting into the backfield on this drive. I also see Kane Terry lined up as the right edge here. And on the far side, it's Peyton Borg. So now 3rd and 21 officially here for Chiloquin. But before that, we'll take it to the end of the third quarter. 28-20, the Riddle Irish clinging to a 1-score lead against the Panthers. Back after this at the Gino's Game of the Week on News Talk, 1150, 92.9 KAGO, and mybasin.com.
At Gino's on East Main Street, we're always ready for sports season.
And now is a perfect time to connect with us.
We're open every morning at 6:30, serving simply good food.
For your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
We offer breakfast burritos and burgers all day, Italian family recipes,
monthly specials, amazing desserts, and of course, your choice of cold or hot beverages.
Call 884-6474 right now to place a food order for pickup or use DoorDash delivery.
Or best of all, come dine in with us.
Gino's on East Main, simply good food.
Check out our full menu and all our activities at iloveginos.com. Gino's on East Main, simply good food.
Josh Eldridge and Todd Andrus back with you on News Talk 1150, 92.9 KAGO and MyBasin.com for the Gino's Game of the Week. Here we go. First play from scrimmage in the fourth quarter. Dylan Black unloads a deep ball, but it is incomplete to Damon Lagruda downfield. And this will bring up 4th and 21. Right now, Chiloquin trails Riddle 28-20 in the fourth quarter.
No need to panic. You can punt it if you want to on this, but because your defense has been stingy from time to time, but the clock is starting to tick down, so maybe they go for it in a game like this.
4th and very, very long. 4th and 21. And their field position at their own 33-yard line. Looks like they're going to go for it. Nope, it's a quick punt attempt. Parazu receives the snap, punts it way down the field, inside the 15, rolls near the 10. That was a fantastic punt, worth about 60 yards, maybe more. And Chiloquin will pin the Irish deep in their own territory.
Yeah, good quick kick there and very effective. Now the defense has to step up, get a quick 3 and out, and keep this field position game on their advantage, not Riddle's advantage.
This is some of Riddle's worst starting field position today. They have started from the 12, but here starting from the 11. So this is their worst starting field position of the day. They have it, though, 1st and 10. Last time out for the Irish, a 5-play drive. Took them 52 yards, and a 35-yard Isaiah Ibrahim touchdown rush capped it off. This time, Ibrahim lined up as a running back, but they're going to hand it off to Harp instead. Harp is going to make it a couple yards downfield. Call it 2nd and 8 coming up here for Riddle.
Yeah, good job, middle linebacker, filling those holes, fighting the block off and making the tackle.
Talk about the clock becoming a little bit of a factor, especially when the Irish just maintain possession for so long. The last time they had a drive that was less than 5 plays was with 4 minutes left to go in the second quarter. So they have just kept on holding on to the football. 2nd and 7 as we hit the 11-minute mark to go in the fourth quarter. Rainwater back as the quarterback. It's going to be a handoff to Terry. Takes it along the right side for a gain of, call it 8 yards, and should be good enough for a Riddle first down.
Yeah, that was just a great offensive line push that got him those yards that he needed.
That's their 13th first down of the game for the Irish. 1st and 10 now from the 24-yard line. Clock continues to tick. Rainwater back there with Terry to his left and Harp to his right. It is going to be a handoff to Jonathan Harp. Comes along the near side. The ball pops free. The Panthers have it. Falling on that one for Chiloquin was Vash Williams. Todd, you've been saying his name all day, and that I'm coming up with what could prove to be one of the biggest plays of the day.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, a good, nice, solid tackle there. Pop the ball out, and then able to go out there and collect it. Now you got great field position. You got to capitalize on this. Get this score and tie this game up.
They take it over with about 10.5 remaining in the ball game. They're down by 8. 1st and 10, Chiloquin from the Irish 31-yard line. Lagruda and Parrish in the backfield with Dylan Black. They have Holster lined up as the tight end on the line of scrimmage. They empty the backfield for Black. And a flag. And I think this is going to be some kind of illegal setup for the Panthers.
It was illegal motion. They got it to a set position, then you had 2 guys go into motion, unfortunately. You can do that prior to everyone getting set, but they all got set, and then they had the 2 backers leave.
So 1st and 15 now officially for Chiloquin. They take it now from their 36. Similar formation coming out here for the Panthers. This time Lagruda gets set, though, far left. Black takes the snap, scrambles for a minute to his left, now runs up the middle, gets to the 30, now to the 25, into the 20, stays on his feet inside the 10 before he's taken down. Galloping his way 30 yards upfield, and the Panthers have it 1st and goal.
Great run. Looked at the pass, wasn't open, then saw a hole up the middle, and then his speed is so quick, and his great field vision continues to go him down the field. I thought he was going to put it in, just lost his balance, and unfortunately no touchdown there.
No touchdown yet, but he's in an empty backfield. The Panthers are going to maybe call time. Let's see.
No, I think it's the Irish are calling time. That was a really interesting formation that they had out there, spreading the entire field out, and the Irish are going to have to talk about what's going on there.
Yeah, it's like what you play in two-hand touch, just a center and the quarterback, count 3 Mississippis before you go after the quarterback. Not quite how it works here, so the Irish are going to want to talk it over as we take time out with 10 minutes to go in the 4th quarter of a 28-20 ball game. Want to remind you today's broadcast brought to you in part by Klamath Falls Subaru, who through the Subaru Love Promise and Subaru Share the Love events has donated thousands of dollars to dozens of hometown charities. Comfortable and not corporate at Klamath Falls Subaru. Stop by and say hi. Also want to give a shout out to God's Gifts Photography and Annalisa Casson. If you're a parent of a high school athlete tired of trying to take good photos and keep up with the action, there is a solution, and that's God's Gifts Photography. She attends high school sporting events in the Basin to take individual and team action photos at a great price. You can search her up on Facebook at God's Gifts 2. So here we go, same formation coming out for the Panthers. They've got the center, they've got Black lined up as the quarterback, and they've got 6 receivers. Black is going to take the snap, dives up the middle, stays on his feet, bullies his way to the end zone. The Panthers score a touchdown with 10 minutes to go in the ball game and a 2-point conversion away from tying it.
Yeah, the defense was there, but man, he is so quick, and he just in and out and weaves out. He's hard to tackle, and he got it right into the end zone. Good job. Now we need the 2-point conversion, tie this game back up, and we got a great contest going on here.
3rd rushing touchdown for Black today, and again a 2-point conversion away from tying it. The Panthers come out with the same formation. They throw it out to Parrish. Parrish going for the pylon. He is stopped 2 yards short. It will stay a 28-26 ball game with 10 minutes to go in this one. The Irish lead the Panthers. More of the Gino's Cafe Game of the Week next on mybasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
(28-26) our score, 9:57 to go in the 4th quarter, and the Riddle Irish lead the Chiloquin Panthers. Chiloquin failing on their 2-point conversion, leaving Riddle in front. Both teams have only been successful once on 2-point conversion attempts. Right now the difference is that safety from the 1st quarter. Panthers will go with a squib kick out to about the 40. It is picked up by Rayleigh Brown. Takes it up to about the 44-yard line before being brought down. And it'll be 1st and 10 Irish with 9:51 to go in the ball game.
Chiloquin's defense, for the most part, they've bend but not break most of this second half, and they've gotten a turnover, and that's what's going to be key right now is try to get that turnover, get that ball back to your offense that's been doing very well in the second half.
Fumble last time out for the Riddle offense. Before that, it was a touchdown drive, and otherwise they turned it over on downs. So you're right, Chiloquin has done a good job of trying to keep Riddle at bay, only allowing 1 score so far in the second half. Still early to go in the 4th quarter. Rainwater fumbles the snap. The ball pops free, but I think the Irish keep it. 2nd and 16 coming up.
Yeah, he did a fake handoff. It looked like they were going to do a play-action type pass, but when he faked handoff, he kind of lost and bumbled the ball. And fortunately for him, he got back on that ball and only for, a 6-yard, maybe a 5-yard loss.
Yeah, it looks like a 5-yard loss. 2nd and 15 as quarterback Rainwater goes and gets the call in from the sideline, Coach Luft. And the Panthers trying to create a defensive stop and get the football back. 2 men in the backfield with the quarterback, Rainwater. It's going to be a handoff to Harp coming to the near side. Harp taken down at about the 43-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on the carry. It'll be 3rd and 11 coming up.
Good job by Black, although it was a 4-yard, 5-yard gain. If Black doesn't make that tackle, that ball, they go all the way for a touchdown, and they had blocking out in front of them. So that was a good job, individual effort by Black, the younger Black, I should say, to make that tackle.
Riddle so far today is 5 of 9 on 3rd down conversion attempts. Here's 3rd and 11. Rainwater under center. Takes the snap. It's a handoff to Ibrahim. He is wrapped up right away, but not taken down. He loses the defender. He's got the first down and more. Past the 30. Taken out of bounds near the 25. And a big gain on 3rd down. It's the Irish a first down.
Yeah, that was such a shame because Jones got back there and had him, and he tried to throw him down instead of tackle him. And he just, when he threw him out to get more yards. And then he was off to the races.
Yeah, after contact, almost another 30 yards after contact on that carry. Irish have it 1st and 10 at the Chiloquin 24. 8:10 to go in the ball game. The Irish lead 28-6. Pardon me, 28-26. Here we go, 1st and 10. Rainwater hands it off to Harp. He stopped immediately at the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that was a great job by Case there, filling up that hole, and great job. And he's a defensive lineman doing that, so good job.
Rainwater again getting the play call in. Both teams now not going with their starting quarterback. Of course, with Chiloquin, Denver Bravo was taken out with an injury earlier, but Leighton Rainwater has been the quarterback all second half. It was Noah Boss who was the quarterback for the first half. So a little bit of a different look here for the Irish, as they've got Harp to the right and Ibrahim to the left of the quarterback in the gun. It's Rainwater. The snap is going to be given to Ibrahim on a misdirection. Ibrahim has some room on the right side, goes upfield, and he is into the end zone for a Riddle touchdown, punching it in from about 20 yards out on that carry. And they extend their lead. It is 34-26.
Yeah, that was the old-fashioned crossbuck that they ran, and they haven't run it much this second half. In fact, I think that's the first time they ran it in the second half, and everything going to the left. You bring the guy back up the middle on the right, and it was right there for a nice gap and a nice run to the touchdown.
That's Ibrahim's 3rd rushing touchdown of the game so far. That one from 24 yards out. Irish trying to go for 2. They give it to Ibrahim again, and he is into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. The Irish back out in front by 10. A score of 36-26, 7:19 to go in the ball game. More of the Gino's Game of the Week next on MyBasin.com.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches around poles and lines, protecting our system, and giving you real-time updates when storms roll in. You can count on us in all seasons. 24/7, we're here for you. Powering your greatness.
Fourth quarter action continues today from Chiloquin High School. Right now 36-26. The Riddle Irish lead the Panthers on Senior Day. Chiloquin set to receive this next kickoff, though. The Irish have traditionally gone onside and expect more of the same. To do it is number 4, Isaiah Avila. Kicks up about the 40, and that's where the Panthers will fall on it, maybe the 42-yard line. And now the clock is becoming a factor, a 2-score game. The Panthers need points. They got to be quick, but they can't hurry.
That's exactly right. You need some long gains. What has worked so far in the game has been basically dropping back and then letting your quarterback go up the middle and finding gaps and run long distances. Riddle should be learning what's going on there, but Black has done such an effective job. I think that might be the play that you want.
1st and 10, Chiloquin from their own 42-yard line. Again, they trail by 10. 7:15 to go in the ball game. Black drops back to pass, rolls right. It's a pitch to Parrish. Parrish is going to cut up the sideline at the 40, gets to midfield, out at the 45. That should be good enough for a Panther first down and a gain of 13 yards.
Yeah, good job. I thought that was all bottled up there for a second, and then when he initially made that pitch, and great individual effort to get up and make that 13-yard gain.
7th first down of the game for Chiloquin. That's their 4th of this half, and they've got it now in Riddle territory at the 45-yard line. Last time out for Chiloquin was a 3-play drive, 31 yards out, about 40 seconds off the clock, and it was Dylan Black who punched in his 3rd touchdown of the game. Black has taken over as the quarterback, but has continued to collect those rushing scores. Here we go, 1st and 10, Panthers. Parrish lined up with Black in the backfield. Black gets rid of the pass quickly as he's hit. Incomplete pass to the near side. The target was Holster. It brings up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, the play was there. Just they're not making that completion. You know, the sun is going to start making an impact here. If you look at Riddle right now, faces are right into that sun. Chiloquin's got to take some advantage of that disadvantage to Riddle.
Yeah, that's a great point. The sun is behind us from where we are at the press box. We're facing directly north. So the sun is setting behind the Panthers right now, just behind the end zone and a little bit to the left. So, yeah, that's right in Irish's face the whole time. 2nd and 10 here for Chiloquin. Black takes the snap, rolls to his left, has lots of room to the left side. Upfield for the first down. He's got a gain of 11. Oh, are they going to mark him just short?
Just short.
Oh, man, that looked like he was up another yard or so from where they had him down.
Yeah, that was a close one.
3rd and short. That one's all about the spot right there for Chiloquin. But 3rd down opportunity for the Panthers here. They haven't been able to convert on a lot of 3rd down opportunities so far today. They're 2 of 7.
But, again, when I was talking about that sun, I like that type of play because you get a quarterback dropping back who's very athletic, and they can't see him. Or it's hard to see him. So I think running that more.
3rd and short. Black rolling to the near side, trying to find a man downfield to pass. Cuts up to the 40. He is going to be hit right at the line to gain. Let's see if they wind up giving it to him. He's down at the 35. They are going to say yes. Chiloquin gets the first down. Black absorbs a pretty big hit there, but he earns a new set of downs for his Panthers.
Yeah, that was a very strong hit there, and Black may need a second to catch his breath off after that one.
Chiloquin is going to call timeout, and as they do, want to remind you that Gino's Cafe on East Main Street in Klamath Falls is open every morning at 6:30, serving up their famous breakfast burritos. Those are served all day long, along with their other menu items like burgers, monthly specials, and Italian favorites. You can order online at iloveginos.com, or you can have it brought to you on DoorDash. Also, be sure to check them out on Facebook at Gino's Cafe and Sports Bar. They are celebrating their 40th anniversary this year, so they've got some things that you can vote on for new menu items and different specials from the years that they are going to bring back for their anniversary special. So be sure to check them out on Facebook and cast your votes for your favorite dish from Gino's Cafe on East Main. What would you cast your vote for, Todd?
breakfast burrito. You know, I mean, I love the breakfast burrito there. But I was there last weekend, and God, what a great atmosphere. I love that place.
1st and 10 Panthers from the 35 in Riddle territory. Black moving up in the pocket.
Bumble.
The ball pops free. The Irish fall on it. Don't have an official signal yet. I think the question is, was the Chiloquin player down? Yeah, they're going to say the Irish picked it up. And a fumble recovery with under 6 minutes to go in the game. The Irish have it up 10.
That's a tough one. I think the officials got that one right.
I agree.
But tough for Chiloquin when you had a great field position, you were driving to get this game a little bit closer.
Irish with a sustained drive and points could put this game on ice. It's up to the Chiloquin defense to make their biggest stand of the game so far, and they've got to do it quick. 1st and 10 Riddle. They've got it at their own 35. Rainwater with backs on either side. Calls for the snap. It's a handoff to Harp. Finds some room up the middle. Gets the first down. He's up to midfield. And he's brought down after a gain of 17 or 18 yards on the carry. 1st and 10 Irish.
Yeah, great first run when you get the ball back like that. And Chiloquin is kind of gassing out a little bit on the defensive side right now, unfortunately.
1st and 10 at the 49. The Irish now into Panther territory after just one carry. So call that officially a gain of 16 yards for Jonathan Harp. He scored the very first touchdown of the game all the way back with 7.5 to go in the first quarter. He's looking for more. Here's the 1st and 10 play for Riddle as Rainwater in the same formation with backs on either side. This is going to be a handoff to Ibrahim going to the right side. He is met 1 yard upfield and taken down. Good tackle there by Chiloquin, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that was Black, the older Black. Did a great job. We got someone hurt.
Got an official timeout. It looks like player is coming up to walk it off, so we will stay here through this brief pause in the action. 2nd and 9, 5:03 to go in the ball game. And again, if the Irish can punch it in here, they could be looking at a win on the road against Chiloquin. And we're ready for football, 2nd and 9. Rainwater getting the call in from his head coach on the sideline. Two plays, and mostly it was that big rush from Harp to start this drive, flipping field position. Riddle has 15 first downs so far today, and more than points, they just want to keep possession of the football. 4.5 minutes to go, and Chiloquin jumps. The Irish did jump as well, but who did it first? That's the question. Well, the Irish seem to be walking backwards. They're calling this one against Riddle, so Chiloquin getting a break there. It'll bring up 2nd and about 14.
Yeah, I think that was the right call. Although Chiloquin was jumping, I did see the right end for Riddle lift his head.
Chiloquin, they know at this point Riddle wants to run the football, so they've got 4 down linemen up there trying to make a play. And the linebackers trying to shore up the edge. They're both playing wide on either side, left or right, and then the safety playing straight away. Rainwater looking quickly over the middle, and almost a completed pass with one hand to Jace Coker, but it drops incomplete. 3rd and 14 coming.
Yeah, that was surprising because an incomplete pass stops that clock.
Yeah.
That helps Chiloquin. So we'll take the gift, and let's stop them here.
Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. And, yeah, 3rd and 14. You get a stop here. Suddenly this game looks a little bit different for Chiloquin. The clock is still becoming a factor. 4 minutes to go, 4 minutes and 9 seconds. It's still a 2-score game, but this is a big 3rd down here for the Panthers. The Irish have done well on 3rd down tonight. They are 6 of 10 so far, but none bigger than this. It is a handoff to Harp. Tries to find some room on the right. He's wrapped up in the backfield. Parrish will finally take him down for a 1 yard loss. and it brings up 4th and 15.
Good job by the Chiloquin defense, keeping control over that run. I cannot believe the Irish will not punt this ball, but I've said that before and been proven wrong.
I don't foresee punting here. Knowing what I know about Riddle and just what they've done so far today, they don't want to kick the ball at all.
Yeah, but man, look. I mean, you're on your side of the field.
Oh, you're right. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not the one disagreeing with you. Rainwater taking it under center. Harp is the fullback. Ibrahim is the halfback. 4th and 15. It is a handoff to Ibrahim to the near side. Ibrahim to midfield. There he goes to the 40. That's the first down. Down at the 32-yard line, the Irish get nearly 20 yards on that carry and a first down.
Yeah, really effective play. Bring everyone in to stop a short gain up the middle or the such, and then bounce it outside. And that's where the speed gets you.
That is the first 4th down conversion of the day so far for Riddle. 1 of 4 now, but none bigger than that. 1st and 10 from the 34. They're going to slow the game way down now, inside of 3 minutes to go. And the Irish looking to close out this game safely and potentially with the win. They got to maintain possession of the football. That's about the only thing stopping them. Rainwater under center. It's a handoff to Harp. He's swallowed up quickly. No gain on the play, but the clock ticks away.
Yeah, nice play, but you got to grab that ball. Go after that ball when you're tackling, because that's the only way you're going to get it back right now with about 2 minutes left. Ugh.
Chiloquin does still have 2 timeouts, but hard to decide when you want to use them. Maybe if you get him to 3rd down here, maybe, but 2 scores. It's a tough situation for Chiloquin to be in. Rainwater under center for the Irish. Takes the snap. It's a handoff to Ibrahim to the near side. Has nowhere to go. A gain of 1, maybe 2 on that play. 3rd and 8, and here comes one of those remaining timeouts for Chiloquin. Brandon Hoagland using it with 1:49 to go in the ball game, and his team trailing 36-26.
Yeah, although you're down 2 scores, just a reminder, at the end of the half, they scored with 20 seconds left?
They did, 30 seconds left.
30 seconds left, so if you get the ball back, you do a quick score and get an onside kick, and, I think that's the great thing about what he's teaching his kids in this program at Chiloquin is never give up. You saw that in all this second half. You got 2 of your stars come out of the game today, and we haven't seen Wilder barely in the second half, unfortunately. It looks like he has a hurt finger or a hand. But anyway, you just like to see this effort of continuing never to give up.
Coach Hoagland is now in his 3rd season with Chiloquin. He's a young head coach. He was an assistant for 1 season before taking over the head coaching job. He's got college playing experience himself, but he's learning right along with everybody, and I think this year you're starting to see him really come into his own as the head coach. And although this one might not turn out in his favor, coached about as good as a game as you can. Just a couple of late turnovers cost him.
Agreed.
3rd and 10 here for the Irish. It's a keeper for the quarterback, Rainwater. He's bowled over at the line of scrimmage. And a nice tackle there for Dylan Black will make it 4th and 12. Irish player going to cause the clock to stop. He's going to limp off the field, and a new player coming in for Riddle. It looks like replacing the injured player was Kane Terry, the sophomore coming in. It does stop the clock, although I believe it will resume at the signal of the official, and there it is. Minute 30 and counting left to go in the ball game. Here's 4th and 11. Irish taking their time, getting on the ball. They're going to let the clock drain as long as it can. Chiloquin with an opportunity to try to get the offense back out onto the field inside a minute remaining. And a 2-score football game. I think the Irish have called timeout right as the play clock would have expired. Each team now has one timeout remaining, and this one is taken with 1:07 to go in the ball game. We'll keep it here with you at Chiloquin High School in the Gino's Game of the Week. Want to once again recognize some of our sponsors like the Pacific Power Foundation. The goal of the foundation is to support the growth and vitality of local communities through charitable investments over the past 5 years. The Pacific Power Foundation has awarded over $13 million to nonprofit organizations. Stick with us in the post-game show as we pick out our Pacific Power play of the game. But late in the fourth quarter, the Riddle Irish lead 36-26 against Chiloquin, 1:07 remaining. It is fourth down. Chiloquin a chance to get the offense back out there, but unlikely of a comeback attempt this late, unfortunately.
Yeah, this was a very competitive game all the way until about the 3-minute mark, and that's when everything changed when they got that long fourth down conversion. And Chiloquin doesn't need to keep their heads down. They should have their heads high. They lost one of their key players within the first 5-10 minutes of this game, and they fought with guts and glory, and good for them.
Chance to get a moral victory here on a fourth down, though. It's a handoff to Terry. He's taken down quickly, no gain. And so here comes the Chiloquin offense with 1:04 remaining in the ball game. That makes Riddle 1 of 5 on fourth down conversions. They are 6 of 12 on third down conversions after a failure earlier in that drive, and Chiloquin gets it at their own 36-yard line. But for Riddle, it's just another drive where it doesn't end in points, but it's 9 plays in 5 minutes.
And that was their objective. That was exactly what their objective was, is to kill that clock as much as possible.
Chiloquin having some new faces in there. Irvin Sampson, a sophomore. I also see Williams, a freshman, getting in there as well. And a whistle, a flag. I think this will be a delay of game against Chiloquin.
Yep.
So you're trying to get some of those new faces in there, and they'll go backwards for it. So it'll be 1st and 15 now from the 31. Yard to gain is the 46. Still Panthers in their own territory. Black alone in the backfield. This is that extra point formation that we saw earlier. 6 guys ready to receive the football. The snap is a wild one. Black picks it up, looks ahead, finds a man downfield, but LaGruda drops it. All alone drops the football. There is a flag downfield. It's about the 45.
Yeah, that potentially that sun that I was talking about, that might have had an impact on him.
Absolutely great point. He had to turn around to catch that football, and the sun was right there. You're probably, right, exactly right. Here's holding against Chiloquin. It'll go backwards. Yeah, if you're just watching the live stream, that looked pretty inexplicable, but you did a good job of explaining it there with that sun right there.
Yeah, that's I remember that in one of my high school games. I had a pass like that, and it just
oh no, we brought him back.
Yeah. I'm going to need therapy now.
1st and 25 for Chiloquin. Now at the 22. So it's 1st and 25. Black back to pass, has lots of time, looks downfield again. The pass is incomplete. 2nd down coming up. It'll be 2nd and 25 for Chiloquin after first the delay of game and then the holding penalty. And now a whistle. Chiloquin will take their final timeout. Suppose you can't take them with you. So with 51 seconds remaining in the game, trailing by 10, Brandon Hoagland takes time for the final time today. Gives us an opportunity to remind you that today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Howard's Meat Center, where tradition meets innovation with every cut and every bite of Smokin' H Barbecue. As you step through their doors, you're not just entering a meat center, you're stepping back in time when the quality of the meat and the depth of the customer service were everything. Check out Howard's Meat Center next to Les Schwab Tires on South 6th Street, or Smokin' H Barbecue, the food truck up by the Falls Tap House by Oregon Tech.
They do a really good job up there at that Tap House booth there.
Yeah, I haven't had the chance to try their food truck yet. The 2 times I've been up there, they haven't been open, but I've been obviously into the Meat Center recently, and I got their final 2 cheese-filled hot dogs of the summer. I guess those are seasonal for them, so I got the last 2, and yeah, highly recommend the cheese-filled hot dogs.
Yeah. You ate them already?
Oh, yeah, they were gone probably the next day, to be honest. My dog might have helped me out, too.
There you go.
2nd and 25 here for Chiloquin. Game which has been effectively decided, it seems, but the Panthers going to try to get another pass off. Black moves up in the pocket. He's scrambling all the way. Brings it up to the 25. Now to the 30. He goes out of bounds at the 32. Stops the clock at 45 seconds and a good gain. Brings it up about a 12-yard carry. It'll be 3rd and about 13. Yard to gain still the 46-yard line. And they'll take this one from about the 33. Panthers already on the football. Black alone in the backfield. Has some time to pass. Now feels pressure. Moves to the left side of the pocket. He is wrapped up. Just dumps it off to Holster. The pass is incomplete. 4th down coming up. That puts Chiloquin at 3 of 9 on 3rd down conversions. Here they'll likely try a 4th down conversion. They are 1 for 1 on 4th down conversions today in what could be their last offensive play if they're unable to get all 13 yards back here. If they choose to take it, Riddle does have 1 timeout remaining. Chiloquin is out of timeouts. Black has Parazu behind him. 2 receivers to the near side. Parazu used as an extra blocker, giving Black time to look downfield. The pass is incomplete. In and out of the hands of Holster. That'll be a turnover on downs. 1st and 10 Irish with 30 seconds to go. They lead by 10.
Yeah, tough. I mean, all out effort try to catch that ball. I still think I'm not even sure if he was going to get the 1st down if he caught it. But unfortunately, you never like to see injury at the end of the game.
Yeah, especially at a point like this where the game is pretty much decided. They're going to help him up. We'll stay here through this brief pause in the action. Wrap things up for you in just a little bit. So he gets a round of applause. Holster exiting the game here. Irish offense back out onto the field. What can you say except efficient? They've executed their game plan about as good as you can. They did suffer 2 turnovers, 2 fumbles. They turned the ball over on downs plenty of times, but really they did exactly what they wanted to today, I think, Todd.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. They wanted to have a lot of ball control. Not a lot of big gains. I mean, I would say break out like 60, 70-yard gains and stuff like that, but which you see a lot in 8-man football. But very controlled, just very consistent. 5 here, 6 here, then a pop of 15, then a 5, then a 3, and that's what was effective. And that was a classy move there, in my opinion. Some coaches would try to go out there and score one more time, but taking a knee and getting out of here is a great sportsmanship by Riddle there.
And that under 30 seconds, play clock is 40, so that victory formation knee will take us to the end of the ball game. The Riddle Irish come to Chiloquin, and they come away with a 10-point victory. 36-26 is our final. We'll be back to recap it for you in just a bit, so stick around for more of the Gino's Game of the Week on MyBasin.com.
innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Pacific Power works day in and day out to power our communities because we know our neighbors rely on us. We're trimming and clearing branches around poles and lines, protecting our system, and giving you real-time updates when storms roll in. You can count on us in all seasons. 24/7, we're here for you. Powering your greatness.
The cars we drive play an important part of our everyday. Whether we're going to work, dropping off the kids at school, or maybe even on that first date. Vehicles we drive play an important role in all of that. And that's why at Clown Falls Subaru, we are so passionate about getting you the long-lasting vehicle that you will love. When you come to our store, you'll find that every department is dedicated to caring for our customers, which is why I can proudly send anyone here knowing that they will be treated like family. Stop by and say hi. When you come to Clown Falls Subaru, you're coming home.
Final score at Chiloquin High School. The Riddle Irish defeat the Panthers 36-26. Todd, we had a little bit of time to talk about it at the end of the game, but a consistent effort from Riddle earned them a victory today.
Yeah, it was. They came in, like you said, with a game plan, and they were able to execute it. They probably had size on Chiloquin on their offensive, defensive lines. Chiloquin handled it halfway decent, but when they got those long, consistent, time-consuming drives, that's really the difference of this game today.
And for the Panthers, they faced a lot of adversity today. They had arguably, two of their top three players go out with injuries in the first half, and they still hung around. I mean, this was anyone's game, 3 minutes left to go, and they played well.
Yeah, you got to hold your head up high if you're Chiloquin. They put it all out in the field, and they came up short today. But again, still a very young program, only 5 seniors, like you said earlier today, and they've got a lot to build on. And this is going to be a very good team here in the future.
It's time to pick our Pacific Power play of the game. The mission of the Pacific Power Foundation is to support the growth and vitality of local communities through charitable investments. Over the last 5 years, the foundation has awarded over $13 million to nonprofit organizations, and we're picking a play of the game because of it. What is your play of the game today, Todd?
I've been thinking about this, and I can't directly say it was that one play that we got the ball. It was a 41-yard gain, and let me go back. I think the fake punt that scored right in the beginning of the game.
That's a good pick.
I think that was a very effective job, and they did a great job there.
Yeah, for me, let's go. I'm going to have to go with that Dylan Black touchdown rush. He had a long touchdown rush in there as well from the end of the first half. It was a 45-yard touchdown rush that kept things interesting at the end of the first half. So that's going to be my Pacific Power play of the game. All told, it's a 36-26 victory for Riddle. We'll tell you what that means for the standings and take a look ahead when we wrap up our post-game show next on the Gino's Game of the Week on mybasin.com.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Hey, I'm Jason with Elevate Physical Therapy, Fitness and Performance. Thanks for joining us. Elevate started in 2020 as a dream. I wanted to open up a clinic of my own, really had a heart and a passion to treat athletes of all ages, and got the opportunity to do it. And wow, this is what's happened. One of the best parts of this job is that we get to work with all the student athletes on field, at their contests, at their games all around the county. Specifically when you're working with dancers, right, we've got like particular ways of movement that we don't want to necessarily correct, because dancers have a very specific way of moving that's important for their athletic performance. At Elevate, we're here to get you moving and keep you moving, no matter if you're 8 or you're 80. Feel free to give us a call at 541-887-2030.
What are your goals? To get stronger, move better, feel healthier? Whatever you are aiming for, Harbor Isles is here to help you. They have brand new cardio and strength equipment. Harbor Isles offers indoor tennis courts, 4 indoor pickleball courts, energizing group classes, expert personal trainers, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to guide you every step of the way. No matter what your goals are, Harbor Isles has everything you need to reach those goals. Stop by and see the difference for yourself. Harbor Isles, lose those reins and get your gains.
(36-26) our final score tonight. Riddle defeating the Chiloquin Panthers. As we take a look at what this does for the Special District 1 standings, Cross Point Christian still leads the way 3-0, but now Riddle pulls even with Glendale in second place in the conference. Both of those teams 2-1, and they'll be battling for a playoff spot. For Chiloquin, though, they fall to 1-2, but they get to play Glendale next week, so still an opportunity for the Panthers. This loss today, while it was a big one, it'll hurt them a little bit, but it doesn't end their season today, Todd.
No. Rebound, learn from the game, rebound, and go. They have a lot of things, positive things that they can work off of, and that number 13, Black, as a quarterback, very effective and very fast.
Yeah, certainly so. So for Chiloquin, like we said, on the road next week against Glendale. For Riddle, they are on the road next week as well against Camas Valley. Next week on Tuesday, we've got some intercity volleyball action on mybasin.com. We'll be covering that, I believe, from Henley High School. We're going to be at Klamath Union High School next week on Tuesday for some volleyball action. But until then, final score here from Chiloquin. Again, Riddle defeats the Panthers 36-26. Any final thoughts before we wrap this thing up, Todd?
No, I said it a couple times. Chiloquin, keep your head up. You are still in the season. It's a uphill battle, but you still have opportunities, and take those opportunities to heart.
Want to thank everybody made tonight's broadcast possible. Both head coaches, Jason Luff for the Riddle Irish and Brandon Hoagland for the Chiloquin Panthers. Also want to thank Michael Hoffman, the athletic director here at Chiloquin, for making sure he had a place to sit here at the very nice Chiloquin football facility. Also want to thank you for joining us for another edition of the Gino's Cafe Game of the Week on mybasin.com. The final score this afternoon from Chiloquin, where the Riddle Irish come to town and defeat the Panthers 36-26. For my partner Todd Andrus, my name is Josh Eldridge. So long and good night from Chiloquin, Oregon.